Yeah, this is case number 212 on the calendar in the matter of Bowden versus Lenore. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats.
Officer Bird, would you find out if this gentleman has a medical condition that requires him to have that thing around his head?
Looks like the answer is no.
Thank you very much. It is your claim that the defendant firebombed your car and also cut the wires to your satellite television all over some guy. The defendant says she did no such thing and you're really crazy. I assume this is somebody that you are either with or used to be with, is that right?
Used to be with.
And what's that person's name?
Deontay Crenshaw.
Deontay?
Uh-huh.
Is that person here today?
Mm-hmm. He's over there.
The person with the medical condition?
Yes.
When were you with this gentleman?
Up until she set the car on fire.
And when was that?
June 10th.
Of 2003?
Mm-hmm.
And is that the same date that your satellite dish wires were cut?
Yes.
Now, when was he your boyfriend?
He's always been my boyfriend. She was not with him. We lived together. We've been together since '98.
Are you employed?
Yes, I am.
What do you do for a living?
Account rep at AT&T.
And you?
I lost my job due to her setting the car on fire because I wasn't able to go to work.
So you're not employed now?
No.
What does he do?
He works at Motel 6.
Doing what?
He's head of housekeeping.
What makes you think that she firebombed your car and did all of these other things to your house?
Okay. The car was set on fire Monday night. Sunday, she popped up on my front porch. I don't know how.
She came to your front porch?
Yes. I don't know how she got my address, but she popped up on my front porch. She was trying to plead her case about him and her or whatever.
So you spoke to her directly?
Yes.
That must have been June 9th.
No, you're right.
June 8th.
June 8th?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right date, June 8th?
June 8th.
So June 8th, she came to your house.
Mm-hmm.
And what did she say to you?
She never said her name. She said, I'm Deontay's baby mama.
I'm Beyonce's baby's mama.
Yep, that's what
No,
she said.
that's not
That's
true,
what
Your
she
Honor.
said.
You're going to have to turn it in.
That's
there.
fine.
And why are you bothering with him?
Huh.
Pretty much.
Yeah, uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And you said?
I said, okay, I have nothing to do with your relationship between you and him. We have our own thing, whatever, and that's that.
So that was June 8th.
Mm-hmm.
What happened on June 9th?
June 9th, she was calling, and so when I answered the phone, she said, put Deontay on the phone.
Okay, so she wanted to speak to Deontay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you call her house?
No.
Okay, so
I personally went to her house Sunday.
He was at your house?
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the night. So he was sleeping there.
Mm-hmm.
Why were you sleeping at her house?
Because I was over her house. I was sleeping. I was over there.
Shh, shh. I don't want to hear anything. Stand up. What were you doing over at her house instead of being at home with Miss Lenore and your son?
I was over her house cheating.
Well, actually, I had put him out this Sunday.
Yeah, we wasn't together.
Yeah, so I had put him out Sunday.
Why did you put him out Sunday?
Because the phone calls started coming, and I kept telling him, you know, this female keeps calling my house saying she's sleeping with you. If I find out it's true, you know, I don't have any proof, so I'm going to leave it alone. Sunday, I received a call, I'm sleeping with your man. I took the number off caller ID. I called 411, got the address. I went to her house because my friend stayed down the street. And I told her, look, he's not going to be there anymore. No need for you to call me. I don't need him. I work such and such. I don't need a man to take care of me.
You especially don't need him.
Exactly. So after I confronted her, she said, me and him has this. And I said, well, you know, if you don't mind sleeping with somebody else's man, that's you. But he's no longer going to be with me. So
leave me alone.
Yeah, and I said, he can come live with you now. And that's what I told her.
Now I'd like to hear the proof that you have that the defendant firebombed your car.
I have pictures of the car.
I'll take a look at the pictures. The pictures are one thing. What proof do you have that she did it?
She also told me she did it also because she was calling my house.
That's not true.
She was calling my house.
No, she's not. I don't believe she told you she did it.
Exactly.
I have a witness right here, my next door neighbor.
Which witness do you have?
Eric. He didn't actually see her set the
Eric,
fire.
you want to stand up here?
Yes,
Eric, in your shorts. You thought you were going to a basketball game today. Come up here. Move over there, Eric. Put those photographs for me, please.
Sure.
Could I say something?
No, I want to hear Eric. And Eric, you're a neighbor?
Yes, I'm a neighbor.
And this firebombing happened in the middle of the night?
Well, On that day, I was doing some drywall for my brother. I do, drywall and lay. I was doing his house. It was like about 2:30 at night. When I happened to go in the back, I seen the young lady out there slicing the tires. So I'm just looking at it, and I'm thinking that it's probably just she ain't got mad at her boyfriend or something, and just cutting the tires. So I'm just standing up there looking at it. So she looked at me, I looked at her, and she went on back down the alley. So I proceeded to keep working. So I figured I was going to go on there and just close up that night. So I went back on the front. I see her tan car parked across the street right there. And I'm just standing on the porch. And she kind of like looked and kind of sit in her car for a minute. And then she drove off, but I never seen her no more.
So you didn't see her firebomb the car?
No, I didn't see her firebomb come.
Good. Thank you. Sit down.
Your Honor, can I say something, please? Okay.
I'd like your next witness.
This is my roommate. She was there when she popped up on the front. I never called this woman's house or anything like that.
Is there something you're not understanding? I would like you to bring on a witness who saw her firebomb your car. You have anything to contribute to this case at all, or yes or no? The answer is yes or no.
Yes.
Do it fast.
The morning the car that was on fire, my cousin, Lachey, came and woke me up, and I walked up on the back porch. I seen her and Deontay sitting on the back porch looking at the car. He apologizing to my cousin about how his baby mama set the car on fire and what she did or whatever, saying that he was going to help my cousin pay for the car and everything, which he didn't.
Is that right?
I told her I apologized for the car being burnt. What happened to her mama car?
Could you speak slowly so that I could understand this, please? You apologized to who for what?
I apologized to her for her mama car being burnt. I shouldn't apologize if it's supposed to be all over me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Shay Bowden says the mother of her ex-boyfriend's child, Teresa Lenore, firebombed her car.
Is he still living with you?
Not really, no. He keeps our son every day. He comes to my house and keeps him every day while I'm at work.
When does he work?
He works at night and on weekends.
So then, it wasn't true when you said to her that he's not going to be at your house anymore, don't bother to come over, because he is there every day.
Well, not living. That's what I was trying to tell her. You don't have to call to see if he's there,
Where does he live?
At his mom.
So is what you're telling me, you don't have an intimate relationship anymore?
Not anymore, no.
Is that right?
Correct.
Well, Deontay has to be with somebody. And I don't know how many people he was with. He could have been with her. How many people were you with, Deontay?
10.
What?
Just them two.
No. It's possible somebody else could have firebombed your car.
No, it was only her. She kept calling and everything. She called my house when he comes to her house. After he leave my house, he goes to her house. She calls me tomorrow, Deontay is here. Then she was hollering him in the background stating, you made me do it. You shouldn't have lied. You made me do it. You shouldn't have lied. She wouldn't have said it if she wouldn't have done it.
Your Honor, can I speak, please?
Yes.
She's lying. There's no way. If I'm going to do something, which is so stupid, I wouldn't tell her that I've done it.
Ms. Lenore, you appear to be an intelligent young woman. The only unintelligent thing that I know about you is him. I don't understand why someone who holds a responsible position, maintains themselves, takes care of their children, why they would do something so crazy as to commit arson, which is really what this is. Because what you're accusing her of is really a criminal act.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume you filed a police report.
Mm-hmm. I have copies.
I would like to see the police report that you filed and their follow-up.
And also, it's my mother's car, and she's still paying on that car.
Stand up here. You. Sit down. You, up here. How long have you known the plaintiff?
Well, I don't really know her.
You knew her enough to come to court with her, is that right?
Yeah, somebody told me that she wanted to, talk to me.
Okay. When did you tell somebody for the first time that you had witnessed somebody slashing her tires?
She had came to me and said, asked me what was my name and stuff like that. Said, I need to talk to you. I'm like,
When?
It was the next day.
Well, this police report is interesting because the police report said that they canvassed the entire area for suspects and witnesses to no avail.
He doesn't live at the
I don't
apartment
live
next
there.
door. He works on
You
the
don't have
apartment
to
next
live
door.
there. You call the police and you say, I have a witness.
Right. I didn't know he said anything when I called the police.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Go ahead.
We went to the police department, and they said, this so-called witness that you say you have, if he's not, you know, a good witness, you all are going to get in trouble for falsifying information. They asked for proof of was she harassing me. She told them I was doing all these things to her. She had no proof. They listened to my answer machine, which I tried to save. It erases after 15 days. They heard all of these threats on my answer machine from her. That day, she was held at jail. They released me. They said she had no proof. I would not do it.
Well, I don't believe that there's sufficient proof to establish to my satisfaction, in any event, the allegations that you make against the defendant, that she firebombed your car, that she cut the wires on your satellite dish. It's possible that she did it. It's also possible that he's got a string of girlfriends that you know absolutely nothing about, who are just as annoyed as she was. In any event, you sound to me, Madam Miss Lenore, as if you deserve better. I don't know if you're going to look for better, but it sounds to me like you deserve somebody who is at least prepared to act responsibly. That's not him. The case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think she got it basically where she deserved, which was nothing. I didn't do it, and I'm just glad it's over with.
This is not going to end. This is not going to end. She started harassing me about this man. There's a problem. There's something wrong with her.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of O'Neill versus Turner. Step forward, please.
22-year-old warehouse worker Larry O'Neill is suing his former pastor, Bishop Kendrick Turner, for the return of his music equipment. Kendrick says Larry donated the items to the church.
Mr. O'Neill, according to what I read in your complaint, you joined the defendant's church. What kind of church was that?
It was Joe's Outreach Temple.
And did they have a formal place in which they worshipped?
Yes, they worshipped in a building, and then they moved into their house.
You mean their house where they lived?
Yes.
And you had some musical equipment
Yes, ma'am.
that you used and allowed the church to use.
Yes, ma'am.
When you decided to leave the church, you wanted your equipment back, and it's your claim that Mr. Turner stole your equipment. Mr. Turner says that you made a donation to the church, and you can't have it back. What brought you to the defendant's church?
He told me that he was helping people out with music to do music, gospel music, and I was doing gospel music at the time, and I decided to join his church for him to help me get my music put out, and he told me that he would help me with my music career.
So he's a preacher and an entrepreneur. Do you help people with their music career, sir?
I'm not going to say entrepreneur, but what I do is I help a lot of local gospel artists get out there.
When you say get out there, you mean get out there and
Yes,
earn
ma'am.
money?
Yes, ma'am.
Being sort of like an agent.
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you get the equipment from, Mr. Turner?
From his house, because he said that the Lord said that he wanted to donate them equipment to the ministry.
Okay. Now, when did he say that, sir?
It was 2003. It had to be in January, ma'am.
Are you a non-for-profit organization?
Yes, we are. We're tax exempt. And
As of when?
as of when, I do not have that.
Give me a year.
It was last year, 2002, when the church started.
And you operate this church out of the house where you live?
Ma'am, we originally...
Just answer my question.
Yes, ma'am.
How large a house is it? What are you looking it up for? You live there.
I'm not sure about the size, ma'am.
How many bedrooms does it have?
We have 2 bedrooms, yes, ma'am.
And the church operates out of what room?
Out of the front room, ma'am.
Now, where do you do your agenting?
What I do is I normally run ads and stuff in the paper, and I allow people to come to my home.
So you do both your agenting work, sir, and your ministry work out of the front room in your house, in
Yes,
your
ma'am.
2-bedroom house.
Yes, ma'am.
When was it that Mr. O'Neill made the donation? January of 2003?
Yes, ma'am.
And when was it that Mr. O'Neill...
It wasn't January.
Well, step up and tell me what date it was. You're his wife, so you probably have a better memory.
It was, because I keep the records, it was January when he came into the ministry, but it was around April. It was a couple of months after that.
So it was April that he made the donation.
Right.
Thank you.
Around the end
Sit
of
down.
March.
And when was it, Mr. Turner, that Mr. O'Neill asked for his property back?
It would just recently go.
So that would have been about a month later.
Yes, ma'am.
1 month later, he asked for it back.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, why, Mr. O'Neill, did you ask for your equipment back, sir?
Because it belongs to me.
And you were no longer interested in being part of the ministry?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you, Mr. O'Neill?
22 years old.
Have you ever been under psychiatric care?
I have supposed to been going for medical treatment.
What kind of medical treatment, Mr. O'Neill?
For a psychiatric problem.
Are you currently taking any medication?
No, ma'am.
How you doing? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty fine.
Are you living with your parents?
I'm about to start. I just moved out on my own, and my parents, I think they want me to stay with them, so I might stay back home with
Okay.
them.
You're his father? Yes. Would you step up here for a second, Mr. O'Neill?
Baby, go ahead.
Who purchased this musical equipment for him?
Well, we all purchased it together, but it was his equipment. And actually, when it left my home, I had no knowledge that it left.
When are you planning on having your son come home to live
He's
with
been
you?
home for the last 3 weeks right now. I have an appointment for him for psychiatric help on the 10th of this month.
Okay.
And I have him close to home.
Very good. I'm glad to hear that. Mr. Turner, I want you to listen to me very, very carefully,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
3 days from today, Mr. O'Neill and his son are coming to pick up all of his musical equipment. You will have it all ready for them. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am. I have no problem with that, ma'am.
Very good. I am not suggesting that you took advantage of Mr. O'Neill, and certainly someone who is a minister would not want to take advantage of someone who was not necessarily in a psychological position to make a gift. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
Can I say something, please? Because I think I do not have the right to give that back because he said the Lord, he said that the Lord said. You know, I take that very seriously when somebody said the Lord said. You know,
I want you to take this more seriously, Mr. Turner. I say that you're supposed to return it 3 days from today. Do we understand each other?
I have no problem
Good.
with that.
That's all.
All right, Judge, excuse me. It's 270 on the calendar in the matter of Ransom versus McCaffrey. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Ransom, it is your claim that the defendant owes you some money for work that you did in his landscaping business?
Yes, you're right, Your Honor.
You were a day worker for him?
Yes, I was.
How long did you work for him? From when to
Total
when?
3 weeks.
And how much were you supposed to be paid?
I was supposed to be paid $9 an hour.
How much money do you claim he owes you?
He owes me for 39 hours plus $25 that he didn't pay me from the previous week.
Okay. Then you also say that when you tried to collect the money, Mr. McCaffrey called the house where you were living, and you're living in a clean and sober home environment?
Yes, I am.
You formerly had a drug or alcohol problem?
Yes, I did.
What kind of problem was it?
It was a cocaine problem, Your Honor, and at the time I felt that I needed help. I was clean and sober at the time that I did put myself into the program, and because I want to stay clean. And so,
How long had you been there?
I've been there now a total of 3.5 months.
How long were you there when you went to work for Mr. McCaffrey?
I was there for about a month and a half.
And it is your claim that when you tried to collect this money that you claim Mr. McCaffrey owes you, Mr. McCaffrey called the home where you were living and spoke to the director there and slandered you.
He did that.
Okay. Mr. McCaffrey says the following, that he paid you everything that he owed you, and he's kept the record of that, and that he never slandered you to anybody. Is that right, sir?
Your Honor, he is owed money. I have a check for his final pay.
Okay.
And I called to get an address to mail the check.
So that was the only phone call you made, just to get an address where to send the check, and you made no other statements to anyone about the plaintiff?
I did make a statement about the plaintiff to beware that he, on the job, he had shown me photographs of a pornographic nature and asked me to be involved in matters which I didn't want to be involved in sexual nature. And,
well, why don't you be more specific? He showed you photographs. Sir, what kind of photographs did he show you?
Nude photographs in compromising sexual positions of himself in various...
Of himself?
Yes.
With other people?
Yes, ma'am.
Men or women?
Women.
And what kind of a proposition did he make to you, sir, when he showed you these photographs?
Said, this is my portfolio if you're interested.
This is my portfolio if you're interested. What did you think he meant by that?
I presume that he wanted to involve me in things of a sexual nature, and I was not interested.
Well, these pictures didn't show Mr. Ransom with other men. It showed him with women.
Correct.
So what did you think he wanted you to do? He said, this is my portfolio if you're interested. I'm serious.
I'm absolutely serious, too. I don't know what his entire intent was, and he didn't explain that, but I know it's something I didn't want to get involved in.
Mr. Ransom.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever show him any photographs that were funny?
No, ma'am, I have not.
And you have a check for how much for him, Mr. McCaffrey?
I have a check for $25.
What about the 39 hours that he claims you owe him?
Some of those, I have a journal which I kept, and I did pay him in cash. I wanted to pay in check. He insisted on having cash. I did pay what cash I could. There are days that he claimed that he worked that we didn't work because the dump wasn't open. I'm in dispute with his record keeping.
All right, let me see his record keeping. Let me see the records of when you say you worked, sir.
The dates are here, Your Honor. They're documented down here.
I see where he says he worked 12 hours on August 11th, 9 hours on August 10th, 9 hours on August.
I have flagged the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, which was a Sunday, and there's no dump open, and the 11th right here in my journal.
Okay. And that was the 11th was his last day of work?
No, I don't think so. It could have been the 12th, but he left early that day, and there was an argument that day, and he took the bus home. Left, right. The last record I have of a cash payment was on the 11th.
Well, if you listen to me, Mr. McCaffrey, you say you kept accurate records of these cash payments. Now you tell me that you had an argument with him on the 12th. The 11th couldn't have been his last day because you didn't pay him on the day that you had the argument with him when he left. So that couldn't have been the 11th because the 11th you said you paid him, according to your note to yourself, in cash.
I agree, absolutely. That's the last time, but I can't say for sure if the Tuesday was the last day or if there was a day lapse in between that because I don't have any entries after that.
So clearly there was several hours that he did work for you that are unaccounted for in your journal.
Right. Right. There could
Well,
be.
how many hours? Was it 8 hours? Was it 7 hours?
No, he showed up in the morning and I showed up later with another fella and another friend of mine. This would have been about 10 or 11 o'clock. And I came to find there was a broken chainsaw on the job. I asked who did it, and that's where our argument ensued.
Okay. Mr. Ransom.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's move away from the hourly work that you say you're entitled to. I think that it's probably someplace in between. All right. Your primary accusation is for this slander that you say. Do you have any witnesses to this slander,
Yes,
sir?
yes, Your Honor. I do have the assistant directors here.
What's that person's name?
Carol Martinez.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes, she is the person that received the call.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Steve Ransom says his former employer, Kevin McCaffrey, is withholding his wages. Cleve also claims that Kevin slandered him to his counselor at a sober living house.
Ms. Martinez, did there come a time when you received a call from Mr. McCaffrey wanting to know the address of the home that you direct?
Yes, ma'am. I received a call on the morning of August 18th. The gentleman on the phone, at first he didn't identify himself. He asked me for the address to our facility. I then inquired to, why do you need our address? Because I not only have male clients, I have women clients there. He stated to me that he was Cleve Ransom's former boss and that he had mailed a check prior, the week prior, and Mr. Ransom claimed he never got it, and that he wanted to send a check to our facility for Mr. Ransom certified mail. So I gave him the address, and before I could hang up, he asked me, do you do room searches there? And I said, sir, why would you inquire about room searches? He said, well, Mr. Ransom brought sexual explicit pictures to work of all your female clients and all different sexual positions, and I wanted you to be aware that that is going on in your facility. I said, that is not going on in my facility, and we would never tolerate any sexual misconduct. And then he said, well, do you do drug testing? And I inquired again as to why would you ask me about drug testing? He said, Well, Mr. Ransom showed up under the influence of drugs. He brought drugs to work. He tried to get me involved in his drug lord thing, and he continued on and on. I left my office with a cordless phone and walked out of my office. My office is there at the facility, and walked upstairs, and I rang Mr. Ransom's doorbell. And when he opened it, I pushed my speakerphone on the thing. He continued for about another minute and a half, telling me how he's a manipulator, a con artist, that he's not fit to be in society, that I need to be careful of what he's doing to our females. And so I ended the conversation. I then contacted the executive director, who was out of town, and I said to her, you know, I got this phone conversation. What do I do about it? She said that I needed to place Mr. Ransom on a 2-week total restriction to the facility, and that I needed to conduct a complete room search, drug testing. I needed to interview some of our long-term clients that have been there, our female clients that have been there for a while. So I did that. Mr. Ransom was placed on a total restriction. I conducted a random drug test on him, 6 to be exact, during that 2-week period. And I did a complete room search of his room 3 different occasions. I never found any photographs. He passed every single drug test, and Mr. Ransom never received anything certified mail from Mr. McCaffrey.
Do you want to respond further with regard to Ms. Martinez's statement about the extent of your conversation with her?
The validity of the statement, yes, it's false. It's primarily false as far as going on for an hour and a half. I did
You shouldn't
warn,
say you went on for an hour.
or a minute. I'm sorry, a minute and a half. And I did warn her of the pictures that he had brought to work and the nature of his activity at work, which I thought
Which was what?
was inappropriate. Pornographic photos.
I'm asking you, sir, about the drug testing.
Oh, drug testing. I have no clue what she's talking about drug testing, and I can respond.
Did you ever say to her that he's a lowlife and he shouldn't be in society?
Absolutely not.
Did he say that to you?
Yes, ma'am. And when I had it on speakerphone, and Mr. Ransom heard it also.
She says you made those statements. I don't see that she has any particular axe to grind, sir. I also question the validity of part of your defense, because you said to me that the reason you had an argument with the plaintiff was because you asked who broke a chainsaw. That resulted in an altercation with Mr. Ransom, and he left. That's what you said caused all the problems. Whereas in your sworn answer to his complaint, you say that the reason that he became angry is because you insisted on paying him by check and he wanted to be paid in cash, that he became abusive and walked off the job. So you couldn't even get your story straight between your answer and today. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested, $2,700. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Some of his work was very good. I was also satisfied with the fact that we were very friendly at one point. I did buy him 2 pair of boots. I did buy him lunches. I was as friendly as I could afford to be.
He actually wanted to get me booted out of the program from the beginning.
Why would you show someone pornographic photographs unless you're interested in getting him involved in that type of lifestyle, which I want no part of?
Went out the door when he started just yelling, "I'm not a kid. I'm old enough to be his father." And he don't respect that.
We all live with the consequences of what we do, and we all know what the real truth is in our lives.
Thank Judge Judy for justice.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Greenwood versus Crutchley. Step forward, please.
Philip and Heather Greenwood are suing Gary and Berlan Crutchley and their daughter, 15-year-old Noelle. Heather claims Noelle damaged her car with a basketball.
Noelle, you were playing basketball with a friend, is that right?
Yes.
What's your friend's name?
Blair Cooney.
Is that this young lady right here?
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you playing basketball?
At my friend Blair's house.
Tell me what happened. Tell me how it came about that the basketball that you had in your hands ended up breaking her car mirror.
Well, I was playing basketball with my friend Blair, and...
Now listen to me. Before you start, Noelle, I want to say, I don't care what you've told your mother. I don't care what you've told your father. I don't care what you told your friends. Okay? Now you're going to tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
So just forget anything that you told them in the past. Put it out of your mind.
Okay.
Now you're telling me.
Well, I was saying that I was playing basketball with my friend Blair, and I saw a car coming. So I thought I had time because there's a stop sign, and usually when there's a stop sign, you stop. So I shot the basket when the car was coming to the stop sign, but she did not stop at the stop sign. She proceeded, and then I went to the basket to get the ball when after I shot it, but then instead of slowing down, she accelerated the car, and the ball hit the bottom of the curb, and then bounced up and hit the car window. And then she stopped and got out of her car, and the first thing she said to me was, and slammed her door. And it really upset me when she said that, and she was yelling.
That's terrible. Quiet. Let me hear.
I was driving down the street not far from our house, and I came up to a stop sign, and I see Noelle and her friend playing about 100 feet from the stop sign. And I myself have a 2-year-old daughter in the car with me. And when I saw the girls, I stopped at the stop sign, noticed where they were at, and made my left-hand turn. And all of a sudden, this ball just comes crashing into my mirror, breaking the mirror. So I stop the car, put it in park, walk around the car, pick up the mirror, and I tell Noelle, I say, maybe you should be more careful about playing in the street.
Well, I'm sure that it was a little more angry than that. Right?
Well, when the ball hit my...
Right?
Maybe a little bit.
Uh-huh. Okay. Noelle, what you just gave me was a whole lot of who shot John. That means I don't believe you. How old are you?
I'm 15.
15. Do you babysit?
Not mostly, but sometimes I do, yes.
Well, good. You should start to babysit because your parents have to take care of this mirror. I mean, it's a mirror. It's not a big deal. What?
I'd just like to say that she, numerous amount of times, said that I kicked the ball at the car. And then when she got out of the car...
You did.
Shh. And then when I got out of the car, it's one of those swivel mirrors, so it swiveled in when the ball hit it, and the mirror popped out. It did not break. It popped out. And when she got out of the car, she was jamming it in, trying to fix it, but she could have done more damage by jamming it in like that. And
so
she
it was her fault?
No, I'm not.
Is that what you're telling me?
No.
It's her fault. What do you want to say, sir?
When children are playing in the street, wouldn't someone slow down to try and make sure that something like this didn't happen so that
Listen
the
to
kids
me.
weren't endangered?
Listen to me. Your daughter wasn't in danger. Your daughter wasn't in danger.
What happens if the ball hit the curb and bounced up?
What if? What if when I was born, my parents had been taller? I would have been taller. Don't give me a what if. What if is your 15-year-old daughter, who is almost as tall as you are, was playing ball with her friend and wasn't careful, and because she wasn't careful, the ball hit the plaintiff's car. Now, hit the plaintiff's car, and it could have spooked her. She had a 2-year-old in the car. She could have hit your daughter. She could have hit your daughter. I'm speaking! She could have hit your daughter's friend. But that's not what happened. You want to stand up? Stand up. See? No, sir, I'm not finished with you. See these two girls? See these two girls? They're both taller than I am. So they may be 15 years old, but they're not babies. Don't treat them like babies. Your daughter made a mistake. It's not a big mistake.
Well, that's the way I felt. It wasn't
not a big mistake, but she caused the damage. She's old enough to pay for it.
We never saw a bill. We never once saw anything that proved that this mirror was broken other than it fell off.
Just a second, Mr. Crutchley. When she first called you and you said you'd get back to her, did you then, you or your wife, tell her you lost her number?
No.
Who told you they lost your phone number? He did. And did you get right back to her?
No, I did not.
Well, is that acting responsibly, sir?
I didn't know what to do. I was trying to figure out what should be done. It wasn't clear-cut to me. It wasn't black and white.
So then why don't you say to her, it's really not clear-cut to me?
That's what I said.
No, it's really not. Can we get together? You're a neighbor. You live close by. I mean, we live in the same neighborhood. Let's see what happened. Or did you just sort of put her off?
I put her off.
Right. That's why she got annoyed. Because you put her off. Because what you should have done, sir, put your hand down. Because you think your parents may believe this crap story that you gave them. I do not. I do not believe that she failed to stop at a stop sign. I do not believe that she saw you and accelerated trying to hit you. Believe me, she didn't want to hit you. She didn't want to damage her car. Now, can I see what it cost you to fix the car, please?
$33, I believe. These are the 2 receipts for the part and the installation.
$229.23, I believe, Your Honor.
Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $229.23. Thank you. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. Parties are excused. Yeah, this is case number 227 on the calendar in the matter of Skinner versus Wilson. Good,
Thank
Judge.
you.
How you doing? Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. and Mrs. Skinner, you hired the defendant's daughter to house sit for you. You were going away on vacation?
A 3-day weekend.
And it is your claim that while the defendant's daughter was there, some items were stolen from your house, totaling almost $5,000. And also that the defendant's daughter threw a party, used your car without your permission. But primarily, the car wasn't damaged or destroyed. Primarily, you just want the value of the items that were stolen. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're suing her mother?
Yes, ma'am.
Because she's a minor. How old are you?
I'm 17 now.
Why don't you stand up next to your mother? Maybe 17, but you're taller than your mom. So why don't you tell me how you found this young lady to house sit for you?
Well, we worked together, and I felt since I worked with her, I could trust her daughter that nothing would happen to my house while we were gone for a few days. So we made the arrangement, and I paid them $40.
Who did you make the arrangement with?
Both of them.
Well, tell me where that took place, when it took place, when did you go away?
Okay. I made the arrangement partially with Natasha at work, and then they all came over to the house, and we went through where all the medicine for the animals were and how they were to be taken care of.
You mean Miss Wilson brought her daughter over to your house?
Yes, ma'am.
Had you met her daughter before?
Yes, ma'am.
And when she brought her over to the house, it wasn't agreed upon that Mrs. Wilson was going to be there to house sit, only her daughter?
It was also agreed that on one particular night, Natasha and her husband was going to come over, and they were going to be at the house, watch movies with the girls, and that they would be supervised at all times.
What do you mean they would be supervised at all times?
She would be watching the house and checking on them because she would be going to the house twice a day.
So is what you're telling me, Miss Skinner, that you made arrangements with Miss Wilson that her daughter was going to sleep at the house and take care of your animals?
Correct.
How many animals do you have?
3.
But that Mrs. Wilson was going to be there twice a day and was also going to spend one night at the house with her husband.
Actually, what it was is she was going to be there twice a day to check on it because she was going to pick Christina up, take her to work in the morning, leave her son there to stay at the house during the day. Then when Christina got off, she would take Christina back to the house, pick up her son so the house would never be empty.
So she was just doing a chauffeuring service. She wasn't going there to check on the house. She was going to drop off and pick up her children who were house sitting.
Right.
All right, well, that's different.
Well.
And you may have felt comfortable that she was going to be there, but that wasn't twice a day checking on the house, Miss Skinner.
Okay.
Right?
I felt as a friend she was going to do that, yes.
And that's a favor. But that's not what she was doing. She said, I'll make sure the house is covered with my children so it won't be vacant. Okay, what day did you leave?
Friday, August 2nd.
What was your arrangement with Christina with regard to friends?
We had agreed so that she wouldn't be alone since she didn't know the area, that one friend could stay with her at night. That way she wouldn't be alone in a neighborhood she didn't know.
Good. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you have more than one friend over?
Yes.
How many friends did you have over, Christina?
A total of 3.
Including you?
No, without me. I was the 4th.
And what were these friends doing at your house?
It was my best friend, one of my best friends, Brandy's birthday. So we picked her up and we were just sitting there watching TV and just talking.
So there were 4 of you all together?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
I have a copy of the police report, a copy of citations that she was issued in my car at 4:15 in the morning in Arlington.
What were you doing in her car, Christina?
I had taken it to drive back to Arlington to pick up friends, and that was the time when I was taking Brandy and Courtney back home.
What were you doing riding in her car?
I used it to go pick up friends.
Well, you weren't allowed to do that, right?
Right.
Your Honor?
Yeah.
May I say something?
Sure.
Okay. First of all, before we even agreed to this, she knew my daughter did not have a license to drive. And prior to that, I had asked her, whatever you do, please do not let her have the key. We've talked about this at work, and we talked about it again once we made it to her house for everybody to meet. I didn't know until after all these happened that she had given my child the keys to her car, in case of emergency, mind you, which I understand. But she's 16.
Just a second. You gave her the keys to your car?
We left the keys at the house because they had the house keys and the car keys. In case of emergency, if the house was on fire, the car needed to be moved.
I told her I was 15 minutes away.
They were
Just to say,
on
Miss
the
Wilson,
kitchen table.
Miss Wilson,
I know.
You're not suggesting to me that it's their fault that your daughter took the car.
No, but...
Good! I didn't think you were.
No, wait a second.
I
But
didn't
they
think
should have known better, though. She knew she didn't have a key. She didn't have a driver's license.
Miss
She
Wilson
barely
and-
knew how to drive. She
Miss
was 16.
Wilson, do you see my mouth moving?
Your Honor?
Do you see my mouth moving?
Yes, ma'am.
The fact that items may have turned up missing in that house may have absolutely nothing to do with you. However, don't even suggest to me that you think in some warped way that it's her fault that your daughter got behind the wheel of a car and drove her friends around at 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't tell me it's somebody else's fault that she did the wrong thing. Just pay attention. Pay attention. It's not somebody else's fault. It's her fault. It may not be your fault, but it's her fault, not
She
hers.
helped create the situation by giving her the key. She's 16. Who's the adult? Her or her? She should have known better. If I had somebody watching my house, I already know the story. She doesn't have a driver's license. It's 2 teenagers.
Just a
I am
second.
not
You
going
see
to
this
hand her
table?
the key.
You see this table?
Got it.
Do you remember the title of my second book?
Beauty fades, dumbest forever.
That's the title. You don't get it. It's not her fault.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Linda and George Skinner are suing Natasha Wilson for the cost of 7 rifles. The Skinners claim the guns were stolen while Natasha's daughter was watching the house.
Let's say she didn't hand her the car keys and the house keys all on one ring, but your daughter went into her dresser drawer and found the keys. You would be standing there saying to me, she should have taken her keys with her. She's a 16-year-old girl. You can't expect a 16-year-old girl to be responsible enough not to succumb to temptation and use a car. That's really what you're saying to me, right?
I think
Is that what you're saying? Just answer me yes or no. I don't need a whole
Yes.
speech from you. Okay. Well, then if that's what you thought, you shouldn't have said that your daughter was responsible enough to stay in her home and be paid. Because if someone can't be trusted, I don't care if they're 10 or 12 or 14 or 16, they can't be trusted. So what you're saying is you don't trust your daughter. You don't trust your daughter not to succumb to temptation and to do the wrong thing. Is that what you're telling me? Is that the way you were brought up? Well,
No,
that's
ma'am, I
unfortunate.
was not brought up that way.
That's unfortunate. If you don't trust your daughter not to do the right thing, then you should not say to these people, my daughter is responsible enough to stay in your home. Because the car is one thing, but there are other things in the home. There were 3 animals there, and if she's not responsible enough not to use a car that she's not been given permission to use, she's not responsible enough to make sure that 3 animals are taken care of, so that if you had some idea that your daughter was irresponsible, you should have told her, I'm sorry, my 16-year-old daughter is not responsible. I will not allow her to stay in your home. You didn't say that. You led her to believe your daughter was responsible enough to
But there were
oversee.
conditions to that, though.
I'm speaking, was responsible enough to oversee her home and her dogs. That still doesn't make you liable. All I'm doing now is giving you a hard time because you don't get it through your head that it's not her fault, but her fault. We understand each other? Good. Now we understand each other. Now, you also found that other items were missing.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Items were missing, such as some rifles.
Yes, ma'am.
And a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
She's not responsible. She's responsible, but she's a minor.
Correct.
You have the ability to select someone responsible to take care of your home. And if you selected her, and if something happened in your home, you can't say her parents are responsible. You can't.
I would just like to for you to see this, to give you an idea that how long she had somebody in our home.
I don't care. She knew she did the wrong thing. This isn't somebody who's saying to me, I thought I could use it, that it was okay. She knew she did the wrong thing. Only her mother's making excuses. But her mother is not responsible for what she stole, or her friend stole, or somebody else took from the house when she left the house open, when she took her friends home at 4 o'clock in the morning. Her mother's not responsible. And under the law, you can't collect any money from her. So what you have to do, and what everybody has to do, if they decide to leave their home and entrust their home to somebody, you make sure that person is not a minor, so if things come up missing, you have somebody to sue, but you can't say, listen, I have to blame somebody. You have to blame yourself. She's a teenager, and when you leave teenagers in a house, unsupervised, 24 hours a day, trouble happens. I remember leaving my teenage children in a house, and we were just gone for an overnight, and these were not babies, and getting a call that there was a huge party. What kind of party? 35 people in a party. You don't do that. When you leave teenagers in the house, you never know what happens. When they have an empty house, it's party time. You know, the word goes out over the waves. Now they goes over internet. Party time. Bottom line is, you didn't hire her, nor did you pay her. The only arrangement that you had with Miss Wilson was she was going to drop off and pick up her children so that the house would be covered all the time by her children. You have a responsibility to select the right people to take care of your house. If you don't blame somebody else.
Actually, I paid Natasha.
Did you pay her to give to her children? Or did you just give her the money?
I gave her the money to do...
Ms. Skinner, you're pressing it. She was not in charge of your house. Her 16-year-old daughter was in charge of your house. That's who you left in charge of your home.
Yes.
And if you chose to do that, and if she did the wrong thing, her mother is not responsible. You can't sue her. And she's not legally responsible. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I feel like because she had given her the key, she was able to get in that car, go pick up her friends, and have a little get-together.
Till today, they never admitted that they even left the house or that there was anybody else there besides the two girls.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Carroll versus Lampron, step forward, please.
23-year-old sales manager Jeff Carroll is suing ultrasound technician Paula Lampron for damage to his car after he ran over her dog. Paula claims Jeff was speeding. She is countersuing for the death of her pet.
Mr. Carroll, you were driving your car down the street, and it is your claim that the defendant's dog, which was unleashed, slammed into your car, causing damage. Ms. Lampron said that you were speeding. You had to have been speeding down the street. I'm not sure whether you saw him. Is that right?
I didn't see him.
Didn't see him. But you had to have been speeding down the street when you hit her dog, and as a result of that, her dog was killed. I think the dog had to be put to sleep.
Yes, it did.
And you are counterclaiming for the value of the dog.
And the vet bill.
And the vet bills. Okay. Mr. Carroll, describe this street to me. Tell me what it looks like. Is it a highway? Is it a two-lane street, four-lane street?
It's a two-lane street. It's very narrow. It's a residential area. 30 miles an hour is the posted speed limit.
What happened?
I was proceeding at the speed limit, 30 miles an hour down the road, when all of a sudden a loud crash to the passenger side. I looked in my mirrors, I didn't see anything. I pulled over, saw that it was a dog. I was in severe trauma. I saw Paula. She asked me to help. I said, sure. We helped get the dog into the truck.
Into whose truck?
Into the back of her truck. The dog
what kind of a dog was this?
A golden retriever. We got the dog loaded up, and she proceeded to the animal hospital.
And what happened to the animal hospital?
The veterinarian helped me get it out of the truck. He said the injury was extremely severe, and he would do anything he could to save her. He called me and told me that there'd be no chance of her recovery, and she was in severe pain. What was she doing without a leash, Miss Lampron? I have two golden retrievers, mother and son. That was the mother, and I was just leaving my house to do errands. Both dogs were sitting by the side of my truck, waiting to get in.
Unleashed?
Yes, but on my property.
But unleashed?
Yes, and they don't run. They're under my control. However, the female dog is very obsessed with her ball, and she had a ball in her mouth. The ball dropped out, and she ran to the end of the driveway to catch it, to get her ball. And it just happened in a split second.
Well, the end of your driveway is not where this happened. He wasn't driving in your driveway.
No, he wasn't driving in my driveway,
right,
but he was driving very close to the road, and I have pictures of the end of my driveway where my dog was. My dog was not out in the middle of the street, Your Honor.
He didn't say it was out in the middle of the street. The dog hit his car as it was coming down the street. Can I see the photographs of the damage to your car?
It's actually photographs of her property as well with it.
What kind of car is this, sir?
It's a Toyota Supra.
What year?
1993.
What's your deductible?
$500.
You still have the car?
No, I do not, actually.
Why not?
I sold it.
When?
Actually, 3 days before I came here, I just got all the bodywork finished. And
You have the paid bill?
no, the deductible covered. I mean, my insurance covered it. You know, basically.
You have the name of the place where you took your car to be fixed?
Custom imports.
You have your insurance paperwork?
Yes, I do.
Let me see it. How much did you sell the car for?
$20,000.
$20,000?
They don't make the car anymore. It's had a lot of additions to the car. It wasn't stock.
When did you purchase the car?
2 years ago.
And how much did you pay for the car?
$17,000.
So you made $3,000 on the car.
Not really. I put a lot more into it over the 2 years.
This is an estimate, is that right?
No, that's what I got from my insurance company.
Okay. Custom imports.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you took the car to be fixed?
Yes.
You know anybody who works there?
Yep. Tori is who I deal with.
And in what month did you have this car fixed?
It's April.
What made you wait from January to April?
I had to save some money.
And so you actually paid the $500 deductible?
Yes, I did.
And who did you pay that to?
To the custom imports.
And how did you pay them?
Cash.
Really? You gave them cash? You have a receipt from them that you gave them $500 in cash?
No, I did not.
Why not? Didn't they give you a receipt when you paid the bill?
Not really. It's kind of a friend who did it.
You understand where I'm going with you, sir?
Yes.
You got my drift?
Yes.
Perfect. As long as we understand each other. You know what my father used to say?
You want me to grab one out of the air? What he used to say?
He used to say to me, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Okay.
Your dog hit his car. Your dog was off the leash. It's your fault. That's it. Unless you can establish to my satisfaction, which you can't because you didn't see him, that he was exceeding the speed limit and that is the reason that this happened. And it really isn't. But the reason it happened is that your dog was off the leash. Because your dog hit his car, the side of his car, according to this. I see some damage in the picture that he handed me that had nothing to do with the dog. Mm-hmm. Certainly, Bird, this doesn't look like it had anything to do with the dog, right?
No.
Right? The dent, maybe,
The
but
dent.
not this part.
Right.
Right. So, you understand, you have no claim, no legitimate claim against the plaintiff. And since the plaintiff, even if I believed what he said about taking it to his friend Tori at this place, who's a good friend who took care of the car for him, and he actually paid him $500 in cash for which he has no receipt, I find that he made $3,000 on the car, and as far as I'm concerned, that's all he's going to make. Case is dismissed, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 240 on the calendar in the matter of Montani versus Smith. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats.
Just step up here, please. This used to be your boyfriend, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Miss Montani, this case is an interesting one, pretty unique even for me. Your daughter and the defendant's son were dating, and these two young people decided to go into a business together. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that business involved the purchase of a pig, a breeding pig.
Mm-hmm.
And what were you going to do with this pig?
We were going to breed her and sell the piglets for people to show during the fairs.
That was your intention?
Yes, ma'am.
So each of you put in how much towards the pig?
$250 each.
And when did you purchase this pig?
June 3rd.
Have a picture of the pig?
Yes, ma'am. I have a few pictures.
Now, from what I gather, the pig remained at your house, Mrs. Smith. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And did, in fact, have 2 piglets.
Had 10 baby piglets.
And each of you kept one, and you sold the others?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
How much did you sell the others for?
$100 a piece.
At that point, you made $800.
We kept 2. Each of us kept 1 each, also to eat because they were smaller than the others. They were runts.
I'm asking, you sold 8 piglets.
No, ma'am.
You sold 6.
Yes, ma'am.
So you got $600. Now, what did you do with the $600 that you got from the piglets?
Crystal can answer that. She's got it broke down into
What did you
they
do
had
with the
done with
$600?
it.
What did you do with the $600, Crystal?
$128 on feed, $50 for warmer. We bought Nick's official dress for FFA, which was $76.
Okay, so you spent the money on things involving the business with this first litter. But then you each kept a pig.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I read that you went to a fair and your pig came in...
Second place.
Second place. And how much did you win?
$1,100.
And you got how much?
500 something.
And you kept that money, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you kept your 1,100?
Yes, ma'am.
So right now, this is so far a really good business. This is a really good business.
And a bunch of charming pigs.
And a bunch of charming pigs. Did you see these pigs?
Oh, lovely pigs. Some BLT, huh?
Shh. Okay. Now, this lawsuit is about the fact that you two are no longer in business because you no longer are boyfriend and girlfriend. So you want your initial $250 back, right? And also some investment that your mother said she gave them for cement for the pig pen. You're not getting that back. Forget it. Let's talk about the initial $250 investment. Do you believe she's entitled to that back?
In a way, yes, ma'am, but the food also has cost way beyond that.
Just a minute. Is this pig pregnant again?
She was, but she's had another litter since then.
Really? So since you're no longer boyfriend and girlfriend, she's had another litter?
Yes, ma'am.
And how many did she have in the other litter?
She had 15, but 2 died.
Okay, so that's going to give you $1,300.
Yes, ma'am.
She's only suing for $250. You know, when you're in business together, just because you break up, that doesn't mean that she's not entitled to a fair percentage of the business. That would include a piece of these 13 piglets. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am, but that was after we had left, and that's after I was going to buy her out of her business, and that money came from my own personal money after she had left.
She left. What do you mean she left? You broke up. Just because you broke up, the business doesn't die. You still got the pig. Let me try to draw an analogy that maybe you'll understand. Let us say the two, look at me. Don't look at your mother. Look at me. Let's say the two people stop playing with your papers. Let's say that two people decide to go into business and they open up a restaurant together. And they each invest $5,000 to open up the restaurant. And they make their money back, just like you did. Got your initial investment back, but this restaurant really takes off. And this restaurant is now worth a lot of money. People break up. Girl leaves. She says, I want my $5,000 back that I put into the restaurant. You should say, here, take it. Because let's say your restaurant at that point is worth $100,000. She'd be entitled to half of that. Not $5,000, $50,000. Well, she invested half of the money that it cost to buy your restaurant, Miss Piggy. And Miss Piggy, so far, is worth a lot more than her $250 investment. You had $1,300 that she didn't partake in.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Terry Montani says Stacy Smith and her son, 16-year-old Nicholas Link, owe for the cost of a pig.
All she wants in this lawsuit is her initial investment back. You should be very grateful, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because in 6 months, your pig is going to have another litter of pigs. I don't know how many litters they have in a year.
2, probably.
So let's say in any given year, they're going to have at least 20 pigs twice a year. You're going to make $2,000 a year. How many years can she go on and have piglets?
She can only be read about 6 or 7 times.
Well, let's see. So let's say you got minimum $2,000 a year times 7. That's $14,000 from an initial investment of $250. That is real good math. And all she wants is her $250 back. What do you think?
Yes, ma'am. That would have been paid to her when this whole thing started, but it just wasn't $250 that she was asking for. She was asking for, I think it was $475.
Right, she was. Well, I just told her that she wasn't going to get the $475.
Yes, ma'am. If that wouldn't have been there in the beginning, the $250 would have been paid straight up.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $250. That's all.
Why is y'all excused? You may step out.
She came in the first year at the fair higher than Nick, and The second year, she got more money through the auction.
She didn't want to take the time to talk about it or discuss anything.
Her jealousy of my daughter always making better, and it caused conflict.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I think Judge Judy did a good ruling, and I just want to get on and have the same opportunity that he had in starting a business.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Arrington versus Boston. Step forward, please.
Massage therapist Kathleen Arrington is suing former client, retired attorney John Boston, for the cost of her services. John is countersuing for the cost of his services, defamation of character, and for an injury to his thumb.
Miss Arrington, you are a massage therapist?
Yes, I am.
And Mr. Boston is an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you practicing now, sir?
I'm almost retired. I still have a license, but I don't have any clients at this time.
Miss Arrington, according to what I've read, you and the defendant entered into a barter arrangement. You would provide him with massage therapy, and he would do some legal work for you, problem that you had with a phone company.
That's correct.
And it is your claim that you performed your part of the service.
Yes.
He did not.
That is correct.
And you are suing him for the value of your services because he didn't perform his part of the barter agreement.
That is correct.
Okay. And Mr. Boston says that you actually owe him money because he did provide services. He worked for many hours on your legal problem, and at so much an hour, he discounted it, so you owe him a lot of money. And in addition, he says that you weren't a very good massage therapist because you damaged his thumb, and he's had all kinds of problems, and he's had to go for treatment and therapy. He has his hand in a splint anyway. So this whole barter agreement didn't work out very well. When did you make this agreement, Miss Arrington, with Mr. Boston, and how did you find him?
Mr. Boston came to me for a general massage when he found that I knew how to do neuromuscular massage.
Do you advertise?
Yes, I do.
Do you have an office?
I use my home, a room in my home.
Okay. How did you find her?
Your Honor, I saw an ad in the paper, the Austin Chronicle, which said, "Enjoy a glass of wine with your massage." My regular massage therapist was out of town, so I called her, and on the 28th of December, had a massage, which I paid her $130 for.
And when did you make this arrangement with regard to barter?
At the end of the second massage, on January 4th, we had been just exchanging information on both the massages about what we do and what we do in our life. And I had told him twice that I was having trouble with MCI, that I had a defective phone line. They were not giving me the refund I needed. I had lost a lot of time taken off from my jobs to be there the 26 or 27 times it took to get them out to fix the phone, which was still dead at that current time. And he suggested that we barter. He would take on the MCI problem, try and get the money back.
How much money are we talking about?
At the time, I thought about $800. Mr. Boston said that he could probably get that back, plus some money that I probably was entitled to because I had lost so much work on the 26 or 27 or 28 times they had been to my house to fix the line. So it sounded like something that he could handle. He assured me he could handle it. So the barter began, and we did the first massage and the barter arrangement on January 19th.
Okay. And how many did you do on the barter arrangement?
9 massages. 3 of them were for an hour and a half long on the barter system.
Okay. From when to when? From the 19th of January until
From the
when?
19th of January to the last time he came in. He came in 3 times in one day on March 10th. By this time, all I wanted him to do was finish the MCI thing. He was vague about it, and I never heard from him again until he called me around March 20. No, he sent me a letter on March 23rd saying that he liked me. I'm smart, I'm talented, I'm attractive. Then he said he didn't have time to work on my case because he says if I'm hired by cash clients, taking care of their needs comes ahead of other considerations.
Let me see the letter.
In the same thing, he also suggests an hour-for-hour swap. Not.
Can I see?
I've highlighted most of them.
So, at some point, Mr. Boston, I assume that you became interested in a more than professional relationship with the plaintiff. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, Your Honor, it is. I was divorced 2.5 years before. I was not dating anybody at the time, and I was looking for a relationship, not necessarily romantic, but just a friend. And we did a lot of things together during that time that were social and not professional on the spot.
I assume so. I assume that that's true. I mean, I've read the letter. The letter is clear that there were some discussions prior to this letter being drafted. Is that right?
I tried to keep it as professional as possible. When he refers to, he took me to dinner, he took me to a cafeteria.
Was your case settled with MCI?
No, he walked out. He never even called.
Was your case ultimately settled?
Yes, they gave me credit for $200 and they disconnected my phone because they were waiting to hear from him.
Well, I don't know that. You have a letter to say that says that?
No,
okay.
I called him.
Can I see the work that you say that you did? I want to see the work, sir.
Right.
Mr. Boston, listen to me, sir. That is your entire file on the case?
No, ma'am. There's quite a bit of all the correspondence,
assume...
but that's the work product file.
No, I'm talking about the file on the case, sir.
Those are the letters exchanged between the agencies that I corresponded with, that I talked to on the phone, the Public Utility Commission of Texas, the Better Business Bureau of Texas at the state and national level, the Attorney General's Office of the Attorney General of Texas Consumer Protection Division, and then I got the top letter that you have there from their office of the MCI.
Just a second. Just a second. What do you get for a massage?
I get $85 an hour. It depends on the type of massage I was doing on him. It's $85 an hour.
Lawyers get more. But that wasn't your arrangement.
No, it was hour for hour.
Well, your arrangement was you would do massages and you would take care of a legal problem.
Right. I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, at least you tried. I mean, there's no guarantee if somebody takes on your legal problem.
May I address the court now?
I'm speaking. There's no guarantee, Ms. Arrington, if somebody takes on your legal problem, whether you pay them in barter or whether you pay them in cash, that they're going to get the result that you want. That's different from a massage. Hopefully, if you give a massage to somebody, they feel better. He says he didn't feel better. You want to get the second part of your complaint? You say that you were injured by the plaintiff.
Your Honor, it's a violation of the Health and Safety Code, of the Health Code of Texas, to overtreat a massage client. Between the fourth day of February and the 12th, she did massages on my thumb. It was hurting me, and I told her. She said, I'm breaking up calcium. It's going to help. Well, it's become chronic. I've seen 4 doctors. The first one was back when I just got back from a trip to see my daughter in Seattle. That would have been early May or late April. And he said, tape it. Then I went to my general practice physician. He said, put a cast on it whenever you're not doing something that has to take the cast off, use the cast. And then I went to my orthopedic surgeon, and he examined me, and he wrote up a report of that I can submit to the court.
I'd like to see it. Mr. Boston, you don't expect me to accept this as proof that the plaintiff injured you. You have arthritis in your thumb. That's what people get, arthritis. You don't know what time he spent on the telephone finding out who to write to, speaking to someone at the Better Business Bureau, speaking to someone at the Regulatory Commission. You have no idea what that is, and there's no way for me to quantify that. Listen to me very carefully. There's no way to do that, madam. That's what happens when you have a barter arrangement. You were giving him massages, and according to you, you gave him massages, 9 massages, and if you felt as if he wasn't doing work for you during that time, I assumed you would have stopped.
He started asking me for sex, and I didn't know how to get out of it.
You get out of it by saying, "Give me my file back." If that's true, you get out of it by saying, "Give me my file back. I want nothing more to do with you." That's what you do.
Then what do I do about the money he owes me for the massage?
You strike it and say, "I made a mistake."
I brought a copy of what I did on him. I also have...
Listen to me, madam. I am not going to say what you did for him is worth more than the work he put in on your file. He did, in fact, in his capacity as an attorney, perform a service for you. The fact that you weren't totally satisfied with his service doesn't mean that you get the money back for the massages. Just like the fact that he wasn't totally satisfied with the massages that you gave him means that he gets any money back from you. Do I make myself clear? Both of you. You made a mistake. Next time, get paid for your service. Next time, get paid for your service so that you leave us out of it. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. Yeah, this is case number 219 on the calendar in the matter of Davis versus Demonkowski. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
What kind of work do you do, sir?
I'm a journeyman carpenter.
According to your complaint, you and the defendant had dated. He got himself arrested for falling behind in his child support. You agreed to bail him out. The bail was $1,100. I don't know if that was the bail or what he owed him back child support. What was it?
It was what was owed.
So she gave you the money to support your child?
Yes.
How old is your child?
She is 7.
Does she live with you?
No, she lives with her parent, or her other parent.
So you paid his portion of his child support so that he could get out of jail, $1,100, with the following arrangement. And the arrangement was that since he didn't have money, he was going to fix your father's roof.
Yes.
Is that right?
That was the agreement, yes, after I got out of jail.
And once you got out of jail, you did not fix her father's roof. And you have what you consider the perfect defense for why you didn't fulfill your end of your obligation. So, sir, Officer Bird and I are all ears.
All right. The main reason why I'm not going to pay her back now, or didn't think that I owed her any money.
Listen, I want you to start this way so that you really don't irritate me. The reason that I believe I have a legitimate defense,
All right.
not the reason I'm not going to pay it back now or never.
All right. The reason I do not believe I need to owe her this amount of money is I get laid off every winter. Well, unemployment only pays a percentage of my child support, so...
Listen to me. Because you're in construction and things got slow and you got laid off, there are other kinds of jobs that you can do if you have a 7-year-old child that you have to support, other than collecting unemployment. You can wait tables, you can wash dishes, you can collect cans. There are a lot of other things that you do. So I have no sympathy for you.
Well,
so get to your defense.
Okay, my defense is afterwards she ended up going out, unbeknownst to me, she found out where my ex-wife lived. And me and my ex-wife, we had a vehicle that was purchased with us together for me to ride back and forth to work when we were married. Well, my ex-wife made an arrangement with me to sign it over into my name, and I was driving it back and forth to work, getting ready to assume payments. Well, before even a month went by, Michelle, she ended up filing a suit against me.
On what date did she bail you out? Did she pay your child
I don't
support?
remember the exact date.
What month?
May 12th.
And on what date did you start to work on her father's roof?
I haven't yet because I was trying to...
And on what date
not.
did you file this lawsuit?
I believe it was July 3rd.
So between May 12th, when you got out of jail, and July 3rd, you hadn't started working on her father's roof.
No, because I was working at my job.
Who cares?
She made it an explicit comment, don't worry about it, do it when you have time. Exact words out of her mouth.
I still don't hear it. Do you hear a defense anywhere?
Well,
anywhere
she
in
ended up
this
making me
stew,
lose
do
this
you-
vehicle, so I ended up missing 8 days of work.
How did she cause you to lose the vehicle?
She went to my ex-wife's house, and my ex-wife became furious, took the vehicle back, and just decided to sell it or do whatever. I
Did you
have
say
documentation
anything?
from my boss
Who
proving that I
cares
missed
whether
8
you
days
lost
of
8
work.
days of work? I don't care whether you should. If you lost 8 days of work, you should have done her father's roof. Then you fulfill your
No
obligation.
vehicle means no transportation to go do a job.
Let me ask you this question, sir. Are you telling me that you stayed in your house for 8 days? You had enough food and water and sustenance, you didn't go out of your house?
Well, pretty much, yeah. I had no vehicle to go nowhere, so that means I did not go anywhere.
Did you call her father and say, I don't have a car, come and pick me up, and I'll come over and do your roof all day?
No, I only talked to Michelle.
You know, you have an excuse for everything. You have an excuse for why you didn't pay child support. You have an excuse for why you didn't fulfill your obligation pursuant to your agreement with her. You have an excuse why you can't get out of bed in the morning.
I get up 4:30 every morning and go to work.
Then if you went to work at your other job, and if you didn't want to go and fix her father's roof, you give her back her $1,100. Let me put it to you this way, sir. Between 5/12 and 7/3, if you didn't go and fix her father's roof, How much did you pay her back each week of the $1,100?
0.
You got my drift.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Shell Davis says when ex-boyfriend Charles Diemenkowski was arrested for unpaid child support, she helped him out and paid off the debt.
Now listen to me. You know what your problem is? The problem is you made a stupid deal. I wouldn't want him fixing my roof.
I don't want him to fix it.
Well, I know you don't want to, but that was the agreement you made.
Right, because...
Miss Davis, that was the agreement that you made with him. That was very dumb.
I know.
So I have to be able to look at the facts here and say, do I have confidence that if I direct this man to fulfill his obligation to do your father's roof pursuant to your agreement that he's going to do it? And am I going to stand over him with a whip to make sure he does it? The answer is, I'm not going to do that. So I have to find some balance. I have to find some way of making you whole because he's full of baloney. Right? He's got every excuse under the sun. He's a user. Now, you talked about an ex-wife, sir. Is that the person who was the mother of your 7-year-old?
No, she is not.
Do you have a child with that person?
No, I do not.
And that's your only child, I assume?
That is my only child.
Thank God for small favors. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,100. I wouldn't let him fix my roof. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He told me not to call him anymore, and his roommate threatened me.
She only went out for one reason, to go be vindictive to my ex-wife.
This is his ex-wife, and we're friends, and I didn't cause a problem.
She never met my ex-wife before this, ever.
I think he's a user.
Hopefully never see him again, big black wall, that'll be fine.
Just be careful who you trust.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Branlin versus Evans. Step forward, please.
19-year-old makeup artist Sarah Branlin is suing her ex-best friend, 19-year-old Angela Evans, for the return of her makeup case.
All right, this major case is all about a cosmetics case. A whole bunch of makeup. You say that you loaned the cosmetics case to the defendant. It was yours. She won't return it. She says it's her case. And Bird really cares about this. Where's the case?
The case is with me.
I'd like to see it.
Me too.
Oh. Here's the pictures. The pictures are here.
That's all you got? I'll take a look at pictures.
And it's just the one that the arrow's pointing to.
Okay. I assume that this is your business. You either sell or promote or do something with these, because these look like makeup testers. Is that right?
Correct.
Freebies given away by somebody. Tell me how it's yours. Tell me how she got possession of it.
Me and Angie both worked at Macy's, and for a selling drive, sometimes we would be able to get other things in return for selling an amount of products. Angie worked for Lancome. I worked for Shiseido. Scott, the cosmetic manager at Macy's, did give us Lancome cases because we achieved a high amount of
When you said us, what do you mean us? The two of you?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So to be able to actually be able to take out something out of the department, we get an exit pass at Macy's. It's right here. It's the receipt showing that the foundation case and an eyeshadow case was given to me. Here's a picture of an eyeshadow case, and it describes below all the items in the foundation case, which I do still have items of that I didn't actually let her borrow because they were my colors of my skin.
Okay, so let me get this straight. What you're showing me is when you walk out of the store where you work, you have to have something that shows that you're not stealing
Exactly,
anything.
yes.
Okay. And this is showing me that you didn't steal what you walked out with.
Yes.
When was this? August of '02. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And according to this picture, there are some foundations missing, and according to you lent her the foundation kit absent the stuff that you use because you use it, so you didn't want to have that out of your possession. You use it for your own personal use.
Exactly.
Okay, when did you lend it to her?
And around May of 2003. It was for a wedding that she was about to do.
Well, tell me about it.
Me and her were really good friends, and we worked together on different makeup events. And so we always tried to help each other out. And so I let her borrow the foundation case because she didn't actually have a foundation case. She has a blush, lipstick, and other, etc.
When did you ask for it back?
It was actually after the argument that we had. We had a very, very bad argument. It was just kind of like girl, stupid stuff, I guess. And we were at her house when we had the argument. I drove off very mad. And then when I realized that when I drove off that she still had my foundation case, and so I let my boyfriend call her and tell her that I would like that back, and we can also exchange clothes, that me and her sometimes borrowed clothes from each other.
This is the boyfriend?
Yes.
Step up. Tell me your name.
Hans Swanberg.
When did you call Miss Evans?
On the night that they got in a fight.
Do you know what day that was?
Yes, I do. It was May 14th.
And what did you say to Miss Evans when you called her?
Well, I tried to be smooth at first because my goal was to get the makeup case back.
I asked you what you said to her.
I said that I understand that you got in a fight, and I'm sure you guys will get over it because they've had fights in the past and they always get over it. And I said, I understand that you have some items of Sarah's, and I said specifically the makeup case, and she said, yes, I do have that. And then I also said that Sarah has some of your items too, like clothes, and I asked if she wanted to meet to exchange those items because Sarah did not want to go meet her because they had gotten in a fight and she did not want to see her.
And what did Miss Evans say?
She agreed to meet the following day, and I was to call her sometime when I was at work and discuss when we were going to meet that night.
And did you?
I did.
And what happened when you called?
Her friend answered the phone, and she said Angie wasn't available, at which point I heard laughter in the background, a female voice and a male voice, and then they just hung up.
Okay. Is there any other evidence that you want to present
No.
to me? Good. Perfect. Sit down. Now I'll hear you.
Okay. As she said, I worked for Lancome. She worked for Shiseido. We were getting new tester units in, so my manager, whom I have here today, Connie Noel, divided the tester units between myself and another coworker of Lancome. Not Shiseido, because they usually don't cross-sign out products to different people. And so I took them home, and I use them for different events, such as weddings, and I've done like a photo shoot and stuff with them. And basically,
Start looking at me.
I let her borrow the foundation unit.
Tell me how that happened.
Well, she said that she wanted to borrow the unit, and I said, yeah, you can have it for a period of time. I gave the unit to her.
When was this?
That was about a month after I took the units home, around September.
And when did she return the unit to you?
I got it back. She had it for a while.
Yeah.
I got it back the end of April, because I did the wedding in July. It was my cousin's wedding.
You want to say anything to me before I ask her any other questions?
Sure.
Tell me your name.
I'm Connie Noel. As her manager, I professionally dispersed them. She got them put together, and I told her...
What do you mean she got them put together?
Well,
what
we
is
had
that?
them in the back stock area, and I told her to get them together, the ones that she wished to take, and that she should take them up to her car. So she took them out to her car.
Which testers did she take out to her car?
The 5 that are showing on the picture.
And which ones did the plaintiff take?
I didn't give her any.
Why is that?
Well, she doesn't work for Lancome. She worked for Shiseido.
And these are all Lancome products?
Correct.
Interesting. Becomes a little more complicated. Why would they give you Lancome products if you work for Shiseido?
I understand that Scott did give us these units without Connie knowing, actually. I don't think he wanted her to know that Lancome things were going to other people.
Scott worked for you?
He was the general cosmetic manager, so he was my manager also.
He was your manager also?
Yes.
Have a seat.
He didn't work there.
Now it's getting better. So it's like a puzzle. Miss Evans, you got this back in April. Did you continue to be friends and work
yes.
together?
Yeah.
In April?
Mm-hmm. We were friends up until... Can I give you a little briefing?
No.
No.
I just want you to answer my question.
Okay.
Were you friends in April?
Yes.
When she gave you back the tester unit?
Correct. Yep.
Miss Evans, let me tell you what I think your problem is. At least your problem with me. It is clear to me from the photograph that you presented to me that a substantial number of products are missing. Makeup is missing. And if I were going to do a wedding, I would want to make sure that I had all my products with me from the tester, just in case I needed them. You got this tester back in April, And you continued to be her friend in April up until May when you had an argument about something else wholly unrelated to the tester.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
It would be common sense for you to say to her in April, I need all the makeup back just for the purposes of doing the wedding. And then I'll give it back to you if you want it. But there was no discussion about that, Miss Evans.
Well, actually what I did is there's a lot of doubles, duplicates of the, like, Ivory Zero is a foundation color. There can be 3 of them in there. And what I did is I took the units to the house and did like a test run on the ladies so that if I needed those products, I could ask her for the products back. I did not realize that they were gone. I honestly didn't.
Listen, I'm not a cosmetician. I realize they're gone.
When you get testers, they're not necessarily all there because they've been on the counters for about 3 years. I mean, people walk by the counters, they steal different. They're not. It's not fully stocked, is what I'm saying. When I took it out, there wasn't every single color in there.
So what you're telling me is these were incomplete testers that already had been used. Is
Correct.
that right?
They were on the counter for at least 2 years.
At least 2 years.
Uh-huh.
So then my question to you is, why are you people bothering me?
That's my question too.
Quite frankly, I don't necessarily believe you. Her story sounds far more plausible than yours. And I don't think, with all deference to you, that you know what's his name?
Scott.
Scott did with all the testers. There's certainly some credibility that I hear in his voice when he says, I called her and said, let's make an exchange. She has some of your clothes and you have the tester. So I don't necessarily believe you. Do you understand? But that doesn't mean that you're entitled to $850 because you didn't spend $850. You got the makeup that you use out of a tester. Is that right?
Yes.
Are you just here because you're angry with her?
No, because I would have dropped this whole thing a long time ago. It's been a lot of drama for like 2 months.
Listen to me. We're not talking about an item that you spent any money for. We're talking about something that's now at least 3 years old, that a whole bunch of people have put all over their skin, right? Because it's been out in a department store that has absolutely no value. So the $850 that you're suing for, forget it. Do you understand? All right?
The items,
so tell me what the drama is.
Half the items have not been used in those cases. So when I do wedding...
Is that the drama that we're talking about? Is that what you want me to become exercised about?
No, all right.
She used to be a friend. She's not your friend anymore. This amounts to nothing. You have to grow up. How old are you?
19.
You still working at Macy's?
No.
Where are you working?
I'm a freelance artist right now.
Doing what?
Just doing makeup events for special events and stuff like that.
Okay. And I assume that you have your own kit.
Since this, I do have to buy new foundations because half of them have been used, have been lost.
Well, if I were you and if I were doing makeup for a lot of different people, I would like nice new makeup anyway, not makeup that's 3 years old, right?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Judges, is case number 352 on the calendar in the matter of Mantha versus Linnell. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Miss Mantha, this is your mom.
Yes.
And your complaint says that your mom filed false charges against you with Child Protective Services involving your daughter, who is how old?
6.
And you want to be compensated for your aggravation.
Yeah.
Your mother says she had legitimate concerns for your daughter's safety.
Mm-hmm.
And she had at some point been the caretaker for that child. Is that right?
Yes.
And that's why she called Child Protective Services to do an investigation. So I have to get some facts. Is this your only child?
No, I have a 9-month-old son also.
Who's the father of that child?
Jason.
This is Jason.
Yes.
Jason, you stand up there because I may have some questions for you. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Now, your daughter was born when you were 18.
Yes.
Where is her father?
He's incarcerated right now.
So that was a big mistake.
Yeah.
And when did your daughter go and live with your mother?
She was probably 14 or 15 months old. It was right after her first birthday.
What's her name?
Jasmine.
Why did Jasmine go and live with your mother?
At the time, I didn't have a stable place for her to stay. I was living with my boyfriend, who was an alcoholic, and he had friends in and out of the house all hours of the night. I didn't have my own job, so I couldn't take care of myself and support us on my own, and it wasn't a good place for my daughter to be.
Were you doing any drugs or alcohol?
I was drinking a lot.
Was the child removed from your custody by the state, or was this initially voluntary?
Voluntary.
Was the state ever involved in
No.
placement of your daughter with your
No.
mother? How long did Jasmine stay with your mother?
6 months.
And then the boyfriend went to jail? Or you left?
I just left. I moved out of there. I decided it was time for me to be a mother, and I moved back in with my mother and my daughter.
And how long did you stay?
6 or 7 months, maybe.
And
Just
then
long enough for me to get a job and get out on my own.
And your mother let you take your daughter?
Yes.
With no fight?
No fight.
So far, I got it. You were off track, came back home, you got on track, your mother was there for you. She was there for you to pick up the slack, taking on the responsibility of a toddler, took on you as a responsibility when you moved home. She saw that you had gotten it together, you moved out with your daughter, moved into your own place.
Yes.
No boyfriend?
At the time, no.
Then what happened?
I moved out for a while. I had actually moved in with a coworker of mine. And at that time, that was probably the first time that my mother had called CPS on me.
Why do you think she did that?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I don't really know.
Who was this coworker? Male?
Yes.
Maybe she didn't approve.
She knows who he is.
Is he a good person?
Yes, he is.
And how long did you live with?
Actually, probably about a month and a half.
And then where did you go?
Back to my mom's.
Because that didn't work out?
Right.
Went back to your mom's, and how long did you stay with your mother?
After that, probably 4 or 5 months, maybe.
Then where did you go?
Then I got my own place again.
How long did you have your own place?
I stayed there for 9 months.
Then what happened?
I moved out, and I moved in with my Aunt Becky, actually. And I stayed with her for probably about a month. That's when I met him, and we found our own place.
How long did you know Jason before you moved in with him?
A year and a half, maybe 2 years. I worked with him also.
What kind of work do you do, Jason?
Right now, I drive garbage truck.
You have children?
Yes.
How many?
3.
Including the 9-month-old? Where are your other 2 children?
One is living in Bangor with his mother, and the other is in Tennessee.
Were you married to either of those 2 ladies?
My second child, I was married to her.
How old are you?
27.
So you're 27. You have 3 children. 2 of them you don't see.
One of them I see every weekend. During the summer, I see him every other week.
So only one of them you don't see.
Yes.
You support the other 2 children?
I pay child support every week.
For both of them?
Yes.
Okay. You would acknowledge to me, would you not, that you have not had a stable life thus far. Is that right?
That's correct.
And that if your mother had concerns about you, they would be legitimate concerns based upon your history, right?
Yeah, yes.
Why did you call Child Protective Services the last time, and when was it, if you'd like to tell me?
Mid-September of this year.
Tell me why.
Well, there's been an ongoing situation with Jasmine saying that Jason has been mean to her.
Has she been more specific?
Just that he's been physically mean to her twice.
Well, she didn't use the word physically.
No. He grabbed her by the back neck and ran her into the bedroom one time.
You mean like this?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
And once he had smacked her on the back of the head like this. That's how she explained it.
Okay.
You know, I was worried about that, but I tried talking to Jasmine. I said, you could talk to Mama about this. Let Mama know what's going on. She says, I do, but Mama gets mad at me if I tell her Jason's mean to me. And I says, well, I'll talk to Mama. Well, I tried talking to Mama about things that have been going on. Mama don't want to listen to me.
You mean those 2 things? Was there anything else?
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
yes,
I'd like to know what else.
Well, I was taking my, you know, I have my granddaughter a lot, sometimes up to 4 times a week over weekends. On several occasions during the last few months, when she was time for her to go home, Chang ran on to me, please, Mammy, I don't want to go, I don't want to stay. Her mother literally had to peel her off of me to keep her in her home, because she said she was afraid of Jason. And then on an occasion in August, Angela had gone out with a bunch of her girlfriends, and one of them happened to be my future daughter-in-law. And Sharon,
your
my
future
daughter, she is my daughter-in-law now, had come to me and told me that on that occasion when they were getting ready to leave, Jasmine clung onto my daughter, holding on to her, saying, Mom, please don't leave me with Jason. And they literally peeled her off of Angela, left her with Jason, and went out drinking anyways. Now, this has been an ongoing situation since Angela's been 17. She had her baby when she was 17, Your Honor. She turned 18 a month later. That left me responsible for...
Oh, I understand. So that's the reason that you called
Yes,
Child
ma'am.
Protective Services. So, let me
She
hear
has
you.
a history.
Your Honor, I talk to my daughter a lot. We have a good relationship together. She has never told me anything like that. She has not said anything about Jason. She's always talked good about him. She's here right now. I would love to have you talk to her if you would do that.
I will.
I would
Bring
like
her
you
in
to.
now. When Child Protective Services came and did their investigation, did they give you any sort of a report afterwards?
Yep. I have a closing statement and I have the assessment. I also have a copy of a random drug test that they give Jason at his work, just because she says we have excessive drug and alcohol use in the home.
Okay, just hold on to those things. I'm going to want to go and speak to Jasmine. Why don't you all have a seat for a couple of minutes?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Angela Mantha says her mother, Storm Linnell, filed false charges with Child Protective Services. Storm says she was worried about her granddaughter.
Jasmine really didn't want to talk to me. She's a little upset. I think she's upset because, you know, she's in a strange place and she knows that this is all about her. She probably knows that there's been a lot of friction because of, she views it because of things that she says.
She loves my mother. She really does.
Oh, well,
and
there's no
really
question in my mind she loves her mother. Okay, so let's talk about objectively what we have. First, let me see the closing statement from Child Protective Services.
His drug test is in there, too. I don't know if you want that, but...
Okay. Do you think that your mother maliciously called Child Protective Services?
Yes, I do.
Tell me why you believe that your mother maliciously called Child Protective Services.
Because during the last fight that we had when we was all at my Aunt Becky's house, she told me right then and there that she was going to do anything in her power to get Jasmine. What that means, I don't know.
Well, in what context did she say that to you?
Well, we were fighting.
What were you fighting about?
What happened is when I come in, I was on the road all day. I had a lot of doctor's appointments and stuff, and I had my son with me, who was 9 months old. And I brought him in to feed him and change him. And I don't smoke around my son, and when I walked in, everybody put out their cigarettes. Well, I guess a guy that was there, Kevin, still had a cigarette going. I did not see him with a cigarette in his hand. And then my mother lit up a cigarette, so I just started packing the stuff up, and I was just going to leave. I didn't want to start anything. And she just
This was at your aunt's house?
This is at my Aunt Becky's house, yes. And that's when she started in. She's like, well, I don't know why you didn't say anything to Kevin about him smoking. And I was like, I didn't see him with a cigarette. I really didn't. If I had seen him, I would have said something to him.
Go ahead.
And that's when it all started, and we exchanged some words back and forth. She's talking about how I'm not a very good mom, and this and that, and she looked at me. She's like, I will get Jasmine. I will do anything to get her.
Well, that wasn't the first time that your mother has called Child Protective Services.
No. I've had Child Protective Services call them like 3 times. 2 for a fact I know with my mother.
Any of them when you were living with Jasmine when she was a baby?
No. The first time is when I first moved back from Bingham. I think that my mother might have moved out and I was renting her place from her. Myself and my girlfriend Amanda and Jasmine were living there. That was the first time CPS was at my house. The second time is when I moved to Joe with my girlfriend Amanda and Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
that lasted for a month before you moved out, if my memory is correct.
And he was only at my house once, and he left, and he never come back. I don't know what happened to that.
I don't know either.
No.
I don't get the sense that your mother called maliciously.
No.
No. I mean, for the first 14 months, you were not living in a reasonable relationship because you were drinking. Father of the child was drinking.
No,
There
she
isn't
wasn't.
a question in my mind that during the initial period of her life, the child was neglected. Then she goes to stay with your mother. You come back and stay with your mother. Then you leave with her. Then you stay someplace else for a month, someplace else for 5 months. Then you come back to your mother. Then you leave your mother. Then you go back to your aunt. So this child at age 6 has absolutely zero stability. Fair statement?
No, Your Honor.
Of course it is. I mean, just look at it. I'm looking at it objectively. The child has had, in 6 years, no stability. She's had Joe, she's had Jason, she's had her father, she's had I don't know who else. She's had her mother, she's had her grandmother, she's had her aunt. At age 6, she's had no stability. So I'm telling you as an outsider that thus far as a mother, you have not been terrific.
That's fair.
Then you hook up with Jason, who was in his 20s, who already has had 2 major mistakes. One a marriage, one an out-of-wedlock child. And I don't know anything else about him. But I do know that there is cause for concern because your track record's not terrific.
To be honest, you know, I never said that I was a great mom when my daughter was a baby, because I wasn't. But for the past 3.5 years, I've provided a more than stable home. I've been working full-time, or, well, part-time. I have a beautiful home, transportation. She's in school, she's healthy. She's in soccer and Girl Scouts. I do a lot with the school for her. My whole life revolves around her now.
No, it doesn't revolve around her. It revolves around her and a 9-month-old.
Well,
and his child who's there all the time.
Exactly.
According to you.
But I treat all the children the same. I don't give anybody special attention. That's a problem?
Yeah. In your daughter's eyes, that's a problem. You treat everybody the same. It just is. That doesn't mean she's right. She's 6 years old. But she had her grandmother, who was her focus.
Mm-hmm.
You've taken that away from her. Because according to what I read, she doesn't see her grandmother anymore.
She hasn't for 2 months.
According to this. So that's true. So she hasn't seen her grandmother in 2 months, so you've taken that piece of stability away from her. Now, I'm not saying that she was Mother of the Year, because according to what I read, you had some problems yourself. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Series of relationships that went nowhere?
No, ma'am.
Well, according to your daughter, that's true, that your husband was killed?
Yes, sir.
And that after your husband, you had a series of relationships?
I've had 2.
That were in some way abusive and or alcoholic?
That's why he's gone.
Well, it doesn't make any difference.
Yes,
It was
you're
there
right.
with your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
When she was growing up, so she was involved with it. So what I'm saying to you is you have to understand that nothing is perfect. People do make mistakes.
Right.
What I'm suggesting to you is the only focus for me right now is the 6-year-old who has one constant that's no longer in her life, taken away abruptly. She has to share her mother with a sibling, which is very often traumatic for a young child, even a young child who hasn't had the kind of history that your daughter has had. And she also shares that child with a pseudo-stepchild, because you're not married to him. So that's not a stepchild, but it's somebody that comes over periodically. Plus you work part-time, so you got a full plate. He doesn't sound like a terrible guy, but a self-acknowledged bad temper, right? Yeah. And he says he has a bad temper when he's helping the children out with their schoolwork and they don't seem to get what he's telling them, so he has a tendency to yell. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, I assume that your 9-month-old doesn't go to school.
Not yet.
So I assume that the child that you're referring to is Jasmine.
Mostly I was referring to my son.
Well, he's not with you Monday through Friday to help with his schoolwork.
Actually, Your Honor, sometimes he is.
Sometimes is not all the time. Jasmine lives there full-time.
I was referring to my son. Jasmine, I tried.
It certainly doesn't say that here. So she's got a very full plate, your daughter. And I'm not going to get involved with whether or not it's a good idea or a bad idea for you not to let her continue to see her grandmother. I don't have enough information. Off the top of my head, I would say it's a tragic mistake for her. This is the one constant that she's had in her life, because you've had several different men. You've had her father, you've had Joe, you've had Tom, you've had Jason, you've had whoever in your life. And one constant she has is your maternal family. And if you cut them off, I think that that's a big mistake.
Your Honor.
But I see no malice in your mother's phone call. Go ahead.
May I say something? I haven't cut her off from my complete family. My grandmother had 14 children, and I'm very close with all of them.
Okay.
And if I could say one more thing else, my grandmother done this exact same thing to my mother and my Aunt Becky. And there was no reason then, and there's no reason now, is the way I look at it.
Well, as I said to you, I don't get the sense that there was a malicious intent on the part of your mother, and it's very possible that your daughter did say to her, I can't tell you, because then Mommy said I can't see you anymore. That makes sense to me. That was in your mom's answer. I can't tell you what's going on because Mom says I can't see you anymore. And I can hear that conversation. You know, if you're going to talk to Grandma about what goes on in the house, I'm not going to let you see her anymore.
I would never say that.
Sort of interesting for her to at least attribute that to the child, whether you said it or whether you didn't. It's not a good idea for you to inquire about what's going on in the house. That puts your granddaughter, if you do, in a very difficult situation. In any event, I assume that you will work out whether or not you see your granddaughter between the two of you. As I said, I think it's probably not in your daughter's best interest not to see her grandmother, but I see nothing malicious about the phone call to Child Protective Services.
She has been malicious as far as to the people in my community. I live in a small town. I grew up in that town, and that whole town thinks nothing but bad about me and Jason now. She's told people that Jason's molested Jasmine.
I have never, ever accused him of molestation.
That should be on,
I have
on
never.
that report.
They asked me if I thought that might be the case, and I said, I don't really know. That's something I can't say because that's nothing that was
she's a
brought
6-year-old
up.
child who has a yeast infection. according to the reports. And for somebody who may not be schooled, they may not know how you develop a yeast infection, but certainly sexually transmitted disease is one possibility.
Your Honor, my doctor told me that yeast infections are caused in little girls by sitting in a soapy bathtub.
That's possible.
It is very
possible. No, it's possible, but I will tell you now that a 6-year-old to have a yeast infection who does not have a history of taking antibiotics, which sometimes causes that for a long period of time, might be problematic for a grandmother. She says she's never made those statements. I have nobody here to counter that, but I see nothing in the history of this case that suggests to me that she made any calls maliciously. So your case is dismissed, that's all.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Weber versus Lamont. Step forward, please.
Contractor Jason Weber is suing his ex-girlfriend, Kathleen Lamont, for an unpaid loan for a truck.
Mr. Weber, you and the defendant lived together for a period of time. I think I read something about 3 years. Is that right?
Yes.
According to your complaint, when you broke up, which was recently, when was that?
It was in March of '03.
The defendant took with her a truck that is both titled and registered in her name. You claim purchased by you. The loan for the truck is in your name, and you want the money back.
Right.
Ms. Lamont says that this was not a loan. Ms. Lamont says this was a gift from you to her. You were living together. She came into the relationship with another car, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You sold that car, got her another car, then sold that car, and then bought this truck, and there was never any talk about payment by her. You're only seeking payment now because you're no longer together. That's your defense.
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
right? So I'd like you to tell me first who these people are. Who is this person?
This is my sister.
Is she a witness for you?
Yes.
A witness who will say what?
That Kathy stated to her that I was getting a loan for her for the truck.
And who are these people?
My son and my boyfriend, Scott.
Do they have any information with regard to this case, or are they just here for moral support?
It depends on how it goes, actually. My son has been present during most everything that's happened.
I'm not interested in most everything. I'm only interested in the truck. I have a very limited focus. Okay. All right, Mr. Weber. When the defendant and you first began to live together, what kind of a car did she have?
She had a '97 Dodge Stratus.
And what happened to that car?
At her request, I sold it.
To whom?
A friend of mine.
And how much did you get for it?
$3,500.
And what did you do with the $3,500?
Well, he's still paying me for it. I agreed to let him give me monthly payments on it.
And then what did she use for transportation, Mr. Weber?
She was driving my car, which was a '94 Ford Probe GT.
And what happened to that car?
At her request, I sold that one also.
Okay, well, that was your car to sell.
Right.
And then what was she driving?
We purchased a '99 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 pickup.
When you say we purchased, what does that mean?
I financed it, and she agreed to pay the payment. As you'll see, I took the $4,000 right off the top of the money that was owed on the truck, on top of the payments that she made on the truck.
Explain that to me.
I agreed to give her or pay off her car for a Christmas present, which was $4,000.
Pay off her car? Which car?
The '97 Dodge Stratus. I paid
You mean
for the
when
Dodge
you
Stratus.
sold that to your friend, she had money owing on that?
No. Yes, she had money owing on it, but I had paid it off. So it was free and clear when I sold it.
How much did she owe on it?
$4,000.
Is that right?
Yes, and he paid it off for my Christmas present that year.
Is that what you did?
Yes.
Okay. Then you went and sold the car.
Yeah. She didn't want it. She wanted the '94
But then
Ford Probe.
Listen to me. If you went and sold the car afterwards, what kind of Christmas present was that?
A bad one. She got another car to replace it.
No, you said you gave her your car to drive.
I did.
You didn't give her another car. The other car, I assume, was in your name.
She got her $4,000 back with the '97 or '99 Toyota truck.
Mr. Weber, either you make a present or you don't, sir. If you say you made her a Christmas present in 2002, when you buy the truck, you don't make her another present.
Right.
By deducting it. You made her a present. It was a gift. Goodbye. It's over. And what I don't understand is if you're a couple living together, I don't understand you saying, well, I'm going to buy a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Because you say, we purchased a truck. What were you driving at the time?
I had a pickup of my own.
Okay. So you bought this 1999 pickup. How many years ago?
It was last year.
Give me the date.
It was October of '02.
And in October of 2002, what were you doing for a living?
Me? I was working at a Chevron as a cashier and going to school full-time.
And what kind of work were you doing?
I'm a contractor.
Now, from October 2002 until when you broke up, which is in what month?
March '03.
Who made the payments for the truck?
She did.
Is that right?
I made 5 payments on the truck, yes, from November to March.
Well, then that sounds to me as if there may have been an agreement for you to make the payments on the truck, Miss Lamont.
I agreed to help him out financially because he said he was having some problems, and I was only going to work until I was losing my job after March because I was starting an internship for school. So
There
we
are a
knew
lot of
I was
other
only...
ways, Miss Lamont, that you could have helped him out financially. Making the truck payment was not...
It wasn't a truck payment. It was a personal loan payment that he had. I have the title to the truck. I never knew there was going to be a loan on the truck in the first place. There wasn't supposed to be one.
Miss Lamont, how much were you paying towards this loan each month?
I paid $200 a month from November to March until I didn't have a job anymore.
Payment?
$200.
Then you knew there was a loan payment. Mr. Weber, how much is owed on the truck?
Oh, $5,100.
Now, problem is she hasn't made any payments. Is that correct?
Correct.
Since when?
Since March was her last payment.
Have you made the payments?
Yes, I have.
In what amount?
$200 a month.
April, May, June. $600?
Correct.
You owe, at this point, $600. As a matter of fact, we're close enough to the time where you're going to owe him $800. But you are not entitled, pursuant to your contract with the defendant, to get an upfront amount of $5,100. You understand that?
No.
You didn't have an agreement for her to pay you $5,100. You had an agreement for her to pay you the loan. And there was not an acceleration clause that said that if she failed to make 1 or 2 payments, then the entire sum would be due and owing. Unless you have that agreement, I'll be more than happy to look at it.
That's all I'm asking for is for her to pay the payment.
Well, she's going to have to make the payments. Right now, she owes you what you've paid, which is $800.
That works for me.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $800. Thank you very much.
Parties are
Madam,
excused.
I strongly urge you to get this loan in your own name, or perhaps your current boyfriend can help you out with a loan. Thank you. Because he's going to bring you back to court every few months for money. You got it?
Case number 220 on the calendar in the matter of Bailey versus Bohan. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Ms. Bailey, it is your claim that you befriended the defendant when she needed a friend, and she expressed her gratitude for your friendship by punching you in the mouth and breaking a tooth. You want her to compensate you for that.
Correct.
Ms. Bohan says that it was you who instigated this argument by poking her and punching her in the chest, and she merely responded, and there was no way that she could have caused any damage to your tooth. How do you know each other?
We were neighbors. We lived across the street from each other, and we became close friends over the course of several months.
How did that happen?
My husband and I came home one evening, and Suzanne was sitting out on her front curb crying, and it was early December. It was really cold out, and she was just in her pajamas. And I walked across the street to check on her and see if she wanted to come in the house and warm up, and she told us that she had just had a fight with her husband and her mother-in-law, and that her husband had locked her out of the house.
Do you have children?
Yes.
How many children?
2.
How old are they?
One is almost 3. The other is my stepson. He's almost 12.
Separated from your husband now, or are you together?
Getting back together.
Okay. When did this incident occur with your tooth?
March 28th.
Tell me what happened.
Suzanne had been very ill about a week prior to that evening, and she had been to a counseling session with her husband that day, and in the course of the counseling session mentioned that she had to leave because she had to go to the doctor. And she was afraid to go to the doctor by herself, so she called my husband to meet her at her doctor's because it was right by his job. He did that. Her husband then called me and said that he had just walked in on the two of them hugging and kissing. So, quite honestly, I was pretty upset with that. I called my husband and said, I suggest that you come home right now and explain to me the phone call I just got. He came home, and when we walked up to the house, there was really loud music. We knocked several times, and it took, I don't know, 3 or 4 knocks before she finally came to the door. And it was obvious to us, because of the time that we have spent with Suzanne, that she was drunk. She let us in the house, and instantly she was attitudinal with me.
Well, what did you say to her?
I said, we'd like to talk to you. And she said, well, I'm busy fixing my son dinner. And this was like at 9 o'clock at night. And I made a comment, well, don't you think it's kind of late to be feeding your child? Shouldn't you have been doing that a lot earlier rather than drinking? Well, she took exception to that. And in the meantime, my husband was asking the neighbor to leave because he was the one that had brought the alcohol into the home. And Suzanne?
So your husband said to her guest, leave the house?
Yes. He said, you're not being the kind of friend that Suzanne needs. Suzanne's been going through a nasty divorce.
I got it.
Anyway, I told her that Brian had called me, and I told her what Brian had said to me, which is
Brian
her
is
husband.
the husband.
Yes. And she said, you're a liar. He never said anything like that. And I said, well, then let's get him on the telephone, and you can find out. Well, I called him, and he could tell as soon as he heard her voice that she was drunk. And so he said, sounds like all of you were partying, so you should go home and go to bed. And he wouldn't talk to us. And I don't remember what her exact comment was, but I was doing this.
You were pointing in her face.
I was pointing at her. I wasn't in her face, I was pointing at her. And she said, get your blank finger out of my face. And I said, I said something. And out of nowhere, she came around with her right arm and punched me in the jaw.
And broke a tooth.
It knocked my bottom jaw into my upper jaw. It broke my bottom tooth, my bottom molar, and it broke 2 teeth in my upper denture.
First of all, what is the show and tell that I have here on the desk?
These are gifts that I received from Maggie after that night. However, I'd like to clarify a couple of...
These are gifts that you received?
These are gifts that were brought over before Maggie knew she was leaving her husband, and she wanted my son to have this...
she brought your son over that.
She brought over that and some animal crackers, some fishy crackers, and some candles. But first of all, I'd like to clarify, I did not have my son that evening, and my son was not home. I was not drinking. My friend was on a way to a party, and he had some alcohol that he was going to bring down the street to a block party. So I was not drinking that night. Need to make that real clear. And when we heard them pounding on the door, they keyed into the house. I didn't answer the door. They let themselves in with a house key of mine. And so at that time, when I walked in the kitchen, that's when I saw Maggie and her husband standing there. And Maggie came at me and started pointing right at my nose and then pushing on my chest with her pointer finger, going, listen, young lady, you better start telling me the truth. And I just went like this, like, get your hand away from me. And told them that I wanted to go to bed, that it was too late for them to be over and they needed to go home.
And that was it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Maggie Bailey says former friend Suzanne Bohan punched her in the mouth in a drunken rage.
Can I see your dental bills, please? Mr. Bailey, I'd like you to stand up, please, sir.
Oops, I'm sorry.
Mr. Bailey, you understand that you had no right to tell this neighbor to leave her house.
You bet. Yes, ma'am.
I just want you to understand that. Just because you befriend somebody and you do things that are nice for them doesn't give you a license to run their life.
Your Honor, I'm not sure I agree with that. We were drug into this woman's life for 4 months through this divorce she went through. We dealt with quite a bit.
How old are you, sir?
Pardon me? 47.
How old are you?
35.
Okay. How tall are you?
5'10".
How tall are you?
Almost 4'11".
Okay. She can't drag you anywhere.
True.
You can only become involved in somebody else's life if you permit yourself to be involved in their life, sir.
I agree. And we did that.
You may have been, for totally altruistic reasons, befriended her.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't say you were sucked in. You weren't sucked in.
No, we were not.
You chose
That's
to become
correct.
involved. Okay? That still doesn't give you license. If you don't like her actions, then what you do is you cut it off and fold your arms. You cut it off. Are you and your wife in the process of separating?
Certainly not.
No.
Or not?
Or not.
Good. Well, that's what she seemed to indicate.
Well,
Right, she was wrong.
a lot of
wrong.
what she indicated is take it for what it's worth.
I just wanted to know. Okay. So I have to make a determination, Ms. Bohan, whether or not you assaulted the plaintiff in either this kind of motion or, as you indicated, this kind of motion, and whether either one of those motions causes you to be responsible for $2,800 worth of dental work. The person who was at your house, is that Bob?
Mm-hmm.
What time did he leave?
I'm not exactly sure what
I
time
am.
it was.
Before or after they left?
He left, well, because when they arrived, they were in a heated argument, and Earl made it very clear he did not want Bob in the house, so Bob took off and went to his other party.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Sure.
I'd like to qualify what she's saying, if you don't mind. When we did not key our way into the home, first of all. That did not happen.
How did you get
The
there?
keys were returned to this woman weeks before this, by way of putting them under her doormat.
Fine. Okay.
We got in because she opened the door. She opened the door after repeated pounding on the door, because the music was extremely loud. I walked in the home, and I found Mr. Krevlin hiding in the garage. The first thing he said to me was, "Earl, don't be upset. We're having a dancing party." And he was drunk as a pig, and so was she. And I said, "Bob, you're not being a friend to her. Take your liquor and go home. This woman has issues with drinking. You know it. I know it. This is not being a friend."
How did you know she had issues with drinking, Mr. Bailey?
Because she repeatedly told us of her issues with drinking. Repeatedly.
Yes.
During the course of becoming friends with Suzanne, she asked me to go to court with her several times for her divorce case and child custody case. And her attorney made it very clear, because Suzanne is a recovering alcoholic, that if she took so much as one drink, she would lose her son.
Is that true?
Yes.
I find that the plaintiff has sustained her burden, at least to my satisfaction, that the injuries were caused by the defendant, who was probably drunk as a skunk, and I'm awarding her the amount of the dental bill, which is $2,868. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Friendship went south when Maggie thought I was having an affair with her husband.
Unfortunately, I'm a person that tries to help people, so just be careful, I guess. Go with your eyes wide open.
The drinking was not an issue.
I'd do it again for another friend. I would.
They were terrific friends at the time when I needed help.
I felt that we were used by Suzanne, and, we tried to be a friend to her and pretty much got slapped in the face for it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Harris versus Moore. Step forward, please.
James and Beverly Harris are suing business owner Ruth Moore for the cost of their wedding china. The Harrises claim workers from Ruth's catering company damaged several of their pieces.
Mr. and Mrs. Harris, according to what I read, you were having a dinner for approximately 20 or 25 people, is that right?
Yes.
And you hired the defendant's firm to provide 2 servers for the dinner. It is your claim that someone from the defendant's organization damaged some serving pieces of yours, and you found one piece, I assume one of those little pieces over there, those little pieces of glass, in the garbage, thrown away, broken. You want them to pay you $2,321.96. Ms. Moore, how much did the Harrises pay you for the service that you provided?
The Harrises paid the servers directly because they're independent contractors.
And how much did they pay them?
I don't have it in my head.
How much did they pay you?
$110 a piece, plus a gratuity of $25 each.
Have you ever had people serving for you before?
Yes.
From where?
My 3 daughters.
Not your 3 daughters. I'm talking about independent people.
Not on the scale that this party was. I've had my housekeeper help.
Okay. Now, let me see the pieces that you say were damaged.
This is one of the pieces, which is a Dawn water pitcher that is chipped in the front.
Mm-hmm. And what did you use this for?
Water.
And did you place the water pitcher on the table?
The water pitchers, I believe, started off on the table, yes.
And did anyone serve the water other than the servers?
No.
Is that true?
No, not at all.
Stand up.
Thank you.
Tell me your name.
My name is Aaron. I was one of the servers there at the event, and I witnessed two of the people not at their table, at the other table closer to the kitchen. I actually noticed one man and one woman, I don't know their names, they're not my friends, but refill their own glasses of water.
Of course they did.
Thank you.
Of course they did. Put that back. Let me see the rest of the damage.
This is a glass bowl that I had purchased just before the event. It has 3 chips in it. This was the piece that came inside of it, which I did not use, that still has the tape mark on it from where the 2 pieces were taped together.
And this was the first time you had used it?
Yes, it is.
Did you wash it first?
Yes.
How did you wash it?
In my sink.
And who washed that bowl?
I did, ma'am.
How did you wash that bowl?
I washed that bowl in her sink by hand.
Okay. You washed the bowl by hand?
Correct.
And she washed the bowl by hand. How do you know she broke your bowl?
Because it was in perfect condition.
How do I know that?
Because I could see that.
How do I know that? What I'm trying to get to you, Mr. and Mrs. Harris, is when you have help in your house, because I read your complaint, when you have help in your house and you have 25 people that you are entertaining, how do I know, for instance, that the piece of glass that one of these pieces that was holding toothpicks that you say you found in the garbage, how do I know that one of your 25 guests didn't do it? How do I know that? I've had people serving before. Sometimes it's a glass chips, sometimes a plate chips, sometimes a serving piece chips. I would never in my life think of suing the servers for $2,500 because I was dumb enough to use a $2,000 pitcher and serve my company with it. And I don't understand where you're coming from. You think that these 2 people should give you $2,000? You paid them $135, they should give you $2,000?
These people were deceitful, Your Honor, and that's what leads me to believe that this happened because of their negligence.
Just a second. You explain to me how they were deceitful, Mr. Harris.
In the letter that we...
Show me the letter that you're talking about.
In the letter that we were sent by one of the servers, she explains that when they're finished with...
Well, let me see the letter you sent her.
We didn't send her a letter. This was a response to my call to the company stating that we had, the next morning when we were putting the items away, that we had found that these dishes were chipped and one of them was missing. So I immediately called the company because I wanted to let them know right away.
I mean, is this what you say, Mr. Harris, is deceitful? Regarding the shot glass, I have no knowledge as to its eventual whereabouts. I recall using 2 toothpicks with an appetizer and washing one, air and drying one, putting it away. I really didn't give it much thought.
No, Your Honor, that's not what I'm referring to.
Well, that's something that's yellow highlighted.
What I'm referring to is where they say that all the items that they washed were laid out on a table for inspection.
They may have been laid out on a table. I don't know whether you inspected them or not.
Right.
But they said that that's what they were laid out.
That's what. Why would they take this one item and put it back into the display case?
Which item?
The broken piece.
Listen,
there were 2 of them that they used.
You sound like Sherlock Holmes. You sound ridiculous, Mr. Harris. You sound ridiculous. She says, I don't know what I did with it. I dried one. Maybe we put it back in the display case. You had 25 people. This was for a Passover dinner, according to what I've read.
That's correct.
How many courses did you serve?
3.
3. So that's a minimum of 75 dishes. So you had at least 100 pieces, one time or another, coming, going, being washed, put down, reused, and whatever. You want them to remember what they did with a little shot glass like that? What are you, out of your minds? Listen, grow up. Grow up. You had company, something got broken. You 2 nice people who did a very stupid thing by suing them, because it's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard.
Your
It's
Honor.
nobody's fault but yours. If you choose to use a $2,000 down pitcher to serve 25 people and it gets chipped, that's your problem. Don't visit it on them. Don't visit it on me. Don't visit it on Bird. And if your daughters do a better job, then next time use your daughters to serve. Your case is dismissed. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Robinson versus Hill. Step forward, please.
Legal Secretary Carol Robinson is suing her son, auto shop district manager Joseph Hill, for a series of unpaid loans. Joseph says the money was a gift.
Miss Robinson, Mr. Hill is your son.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is your claim that while separated from his wife, he accrued a series of loans from you to pay his bills, other expenses, including child support. Your son says that there was never an agreement that the money that you did, in fact, advance him to pay his bills was a loan, that you agreed to help him out, and that you're only angry because he went back to his wife. Is that what you're saying, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
28.
How many years have you been married?
A little over 3 years.
You have children?
Yes, ma'am, one son.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a district manager for an auto mechanic shop
And how long have you been doing that?
for about 3 years.
Now, I want you to tell me about what happened after you and your wife separated.
Well, when we separated, we were both working. We were both working, so there were a little more bills than my income could pay for. My mother was there to help me out.
Specifically, I want you to tell me what you did. You separated from your wife. Where did you go?
I stayed in the family home. My wife left.
And when did she leave? What month, what year?
May of this year.
Where did she go?
She went to her grandparents' house.
With your child?
Yes, ma'am.
Leaving you in the house. Now, is this a rental house or is this something?
It's a rental house, yes, ma'am.
And what's the rent?
$850 a month.
And how much were you earning at the time, sir?
I earn about $1,440 every 2 weeks is my gross income.
Now, tell me about this conversation that you had with your mother when she started to help you.
She agreed that she would help me to where I...
Tell me about the conversation. Now, I'll decide whether she agreed to help you. Okay, tell me about the conversation.
Well, it come to the point where we were discussing the finances at my house. She had told me that she would help me take care of my bills, to bring my bills to her, bring her my paychecks every 2 weeks, and she would pay my bills. She did make a loan to me at one point in time for an attorney, which has already been settled and taken care of between me and her.
How much was that?
$2,500.
Is that right?
That is correct.
And he paid you back?
Not yet.
We have a settlement agreement to pay that back.
Settlement agreement from where?
That she wrote up and I signed that I would pay it back over the course of the next however many months at $100 a month.
When did you do that?
Roughly about 3 weeks ago.
Do you have a copy of that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it, please. Oh, so she had sued you for this.
Yes, ma'am.
But your lawyer was only $2,500.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right? So why did you agree to pay her on $4,425?
There was past issues of finances where she had loaned me money to pay off a probation officer that I also agree that I do owe her.
How much was the probation officer?
$1,900.
Okay. Now tell me about this other money that she says she laid out for you for other bills, and it's clear, you agree, Miss Robinson, am I correct, that he was turning over his paycheck to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were paying the bills?
Yes, ma'am.
You were paying his rent?
Yes, ma'am.
You were paying child support?
Yes, ma'am.
How much child support?
I believe there were 3 payments that I made in the amount of $280 plus a $5 charge for the cashier's check. And there were past due bills that were his and his wife's.
What about the $1,440 he gave you biweekly? What'd you do with that?
It was not $1,440. His net pay is $1,023.07 every other week.
Is that right?
That's roughly.
Okay, so that's $2,000 a month. That's plenty of money to pay his rent. Plenty of money to pay the last 2 payments of child support. Where's that money?
The cell phone bill was quite large every month.
Well, tell me what the cell phone bill was.
There were 3 months that I paid, $419.15.
Just a second. What was one cell phone for $400 a month?
I'm a district manager. I have 10 stores that I have to stay in touch with on a regular basis throughout the day.
Well, then your company pays for that.
They reimburse a small portion.
Then you take care of that. Then you give that back to your mom. We're paying legitimate expenses for which you do not get reimbursed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you took his paycheck, and you took his paycheck since June?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right? Did you tell him each month when he went over what he had given you?
Yes, ma'am. I showed him the check register and how low my funds, my own personal funds, were getting. And he says, don't worry, Mom. He says, I'll pay it all back.
He already owed you $4,400, Miss Robinson. Some of it he owed you for more than a year. How could you legitimately believe that your son was going to pay you back for all this stuff when he hadn't even paid you back money that he owed you for a year and a half? How did you legitimately believe? I'm asking your legitimate expectation that your son was going to have more money to pay you back when he hadn't fulfilled what you claim, and in a settlement, you say were obligations that existed almost 2 years. Come on, let's be real. When did you stop giving your mother your salary check?
Beginning to mid-July.
So that's June and half of July. That's a month and a half, and it is your claim, madam, I'm just curious, it's your claim that in the month and a half you laid out for him, for which you were not reimbursed by his salary checks, $4,313.50. Is that right?
That is correct.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And I don't believe that you had a legitimate expectation in that month and a half that he was going to be able to pay you back. If, in fact, you laid that out for him, I don't believe that. I believe that you said, I'll help you out, I'll pay your bills, give me your salary, I'll try to act as your accountant and make sure that all of these bills are paid and in some organized fashion. Was it your wife who was responsible for paying the bills in your house, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
So you didn't know how to do that?
Not very good with money.
No, okay. So you gave, instead of giving your wife the money, you gave your mother the money?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you shouldn't have done it, Miss Robinson. He's your son. That's what you're supposed to do. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Okay. Your Honor, this is case number 188 on the calendar in the matter of Norrie versus Hathaway. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
All right, Miss Norrie, you owned a car.
Yes, I did.
Do you still own it?
No, I don't.
You allowed your boyfriend to drive the car.
Yes, I did.
Your boyfriend's name is Shane.
Yes.
According to what I've read here. And this would be Shane.
Yes, Your Honor.
Shane and the defendant went for a ride. The defendant somehow, after Shane went to sleep or whatever, went to a party and he wasn't in the shape to go home, the defendant decided to take the car, according to you, without Shane's permission and drive home.
Yes, Your Honor.
He wrecked the car.
Yes, he did.
And you want him to pay for the car.
Yes, I do.
Mr. Hathaway says, it's not my fault.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Hathaway is going to explain, not only to me, but he is going to explain to Officer Petrie Hawkinsbird how someone who was the sole driver of a car, who wrecked it, can establish to our satisfaction that it was somebody else's fault.
Okay.
Okay? Is that fair?
That's fair, Your Honor.
Very good. Step up here, Shane. Now, you borrowed the plaintiff's car when?
January 16th.
And what did you borrow the car for?
To go to Bridgewater State College. We went up there to visit a friend.
Did you have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Did you?
Oh, did
On
I?
January 16th, 2003, have a driver's license?
No, I didn't.
How did you expect to drive her car without a driver's license, Shane?
Ben was driving the car there to the college. And then...
When you borrowed the car from your girlfriend, did you tell her that Mr. Hathaway was going to be driving the car?
No, I did not tell her that.
Were you going to be back that evening?
No, the next morning.
Who did you tell her was going to be driving the car?
Actually, I didn't tell her anything. She just knew Ben was going to be driving the car.
Is that right?
Yes, I knew he didn't have a license.
So you knew that Ben was going to be the driver?
Yes, I did.
All interesting things that they left out of the complaint, by the way. So you gave permission for Ben to drive your car with Shane as the passenger?
Yes, I did.
So what happened, Shane?
Well, we both went to Bridgewater State College that night. We went to a party. We were drinking and stuff like that. And he asked me, he goes, can I use your car? And I said, no way. And then he took my keys and he took off with my car, and I ran out to get him, but he took off right in front of me in the parking lot. And then I waited in the parking lot thinking he was joking around. But 20 minutes later, he never came back.
Where did he say he wanted to go with the car?
To go pick up my friend Rob.
I mean, you asked that with a question in your voice.
To pick up my friend Rob.
This is not sounding true to me, Shane.
He said he wanted...
Bird, you see Bird is shaking his head?
Yeah.
You see Bird is shaking his head? We together are like a truth machine.
Okay.
You know what happens when somebody is piddling on my leg? The hairs on the back of my neck start to stand up. So I can always tell when someone is making it up as they're going.
Okay.
Because the hair on the back of my neck goes up, and I'm watching the hair on the back of his neck.
All right.
Do you understand, Shane? So we're going to start again.
Okay.
You're at a party.
Yes.
Doing some drinking.
Yes.
And
we come back to the dorm room where we were going to sleep at.
And you fell asleep.
No, I didn't fall asleep.
Did you get into bed?
No.
Did you fall into bed?
No.
You were standing at the window.
No, we were in the room just talking and stuff like that. Okay? And then he took my keys and he started going down the stairs. He said he was going to leave, and I chased him, and he went inside my car. And then I was like, Ben, get out of my car. And he took off right in front of me.
So what was going to pick up a friend, Rob?
He promised my friend Rob, who lives in Providence College, I don't know, an hour away or something like that. He promised he was going to go get him that night because he talked to him.
But he didn't say anything to you about going to pick up Rob
Yes,
when he
he
took
did.
the keys.
He said, I want to go pick up Rob, and I said, no.
Let's have it.
All right. Well, Your Honor, I was asked to drive the
Nicholson
car.
did that. Do you remember when Jack Nicholson did that? I loved when he did that.
All right. Eye contact. Well, I was asked to drive the car, so we went up there like was said before. The plan was for us to come home that night. So we went out, we went to a party, and when it was time to go home, that wasn't the case anymore. He didn't want to go home, and I started arguing with him saying, you know, I was the one who drove up here, and right now I'm the one who's driving the car, and you promised me I could go home, therefore
I'm going home.
I want to go home. And when that didn't come to an agreement, I said, you know what, I am going home. And I jumped in the car, and he said, come on, man, I don't want to leave. Let's stay here. It's the better thing to do. It's late. I said, no, I want to go home. And so I jumped in the car.
Had you been drinking, Mr. Hathaway?
I had been drinking earlier that night, and by the time it was time to go, I felt that I was sober enough to drive the car home.
Not sober enough, evidently, Mr. Hathaway. Because what happened on the way home, sir?
Well, that's also because, Your Honor, not only was it late at night, but as you can see, it was in January, and snow was covering on the ground, and therefore I made it slippery while driving. And
whose fault is that? God's fault? The weatherman's fault?
I guess so, Your Honor.
Yes. Yeah. Why don't you tell me how the accident happened, Mr. Hathaway?
Well, I was driving along, and I was coming home down Route 1. Sorry, eye contact. All right, I was coming down Route 1, and I was on the side of the road, and I just hit an ice patch, hit, you know, black ice, whatever it may have been, and slid off into the guardrail, and the car crashed. I got it to drive a little bit farther down the road so I could make it to somewhere where I could stop and park, and then I called my mother, and she came and picked me up at the location that I was at.
Maybe that's why he wanted to stay over, because you both had a little something to drink. The weather was bad. It was snowy. It was slippery. It was icy. So that was better judgment, right, Mr. Hathaway?
Well, that was his judgment, but the judgment...
Evidently better judgment because you wrecked the car.
Yeah, but I don't believe that was the reason for the wrecking
Well,
of the
then
car.
tell me what you think the reason was, sir. You just told me it was January and there was slippery and sliding
yeah, and
outside.
that's what I'm saying. There was ice on the ground, and that's what caused the crash. It had nothing to do with me being drunk or anything like that.
You love it, huh? What? You love it?
Too much.
Mr. Hathaway, do you know why Officer Petrie Hawkins Bird is laughing? And he usually doesn't do that. He usually doesn't have as good a time as he's having right now. He's laughing because you sound like a fool.
Yeah.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Melissa Norrie claims her boyfriend's former friend, Ben Hathaway, stole her car and wrecked it. Ben claims Melissa loaned him the car.
Now, what kind of car was this, Miss Norrie?
It was a Saab, 1992.
And it was totaled?
Yes, it was. I have the papers stating it was totaled, and I have how much it's worth, and I also have the pictures.
Pictures?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what the Blue Book value of the car is. 4-cylinder?
Yes.
4-cylinder is worth $1,750. Your car had 300,000 miles on it.
Yes, or 280 something.
All right. Mr. Hathaway,
Yes, Your Honor.
you exercised poor judgment, sir. You drove the car, you had an accident. You had an accident, you had been drinking. You were told by the person who really had borrowed the car, even though you were driving, that they didn't want you to drive home. So at that point, you shouldn't have driven home. You did drive home. You had an accident. It's your fault. You have to compensate the plaintiff for that. Do you understand?
Somewhat, Your Honor. I just don't get that there was an agreement to drive home, and you're already saying that I was under the influence, and I had said
I didn't say you were under the influence, sir. I said that you had been drinking earlier that evening.
Exactly.
And you said that by the time you were ready to go home, you thought
Correct.
that your judgment was sufficiently intact to make the drive home.
Exactly.
The proof of the pudding, sir, is in the tasting. You totaled her car. Who's responsible? Her?
I guess no. I don't know.
I
Nobody.
guess not. No, not nobody. Not nobody. Somebody is responsible. And since you were the one who was driving, and you were the one who elected to drive in bad weather on an evening when you had been partying, you are responsible. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He apologized a few times, and he said that he was going to go through his insurance company and he was going to pay us right away.
It was tough to do that, and I apologized, and I wanted to take care of it in the best way I could.
It's not something you should do to your friend, really. You know what I mean? I told him not to take it, and he took it.
It was kind of tough, but I mean, it's hard to, to lose a friend after that long of a time.
I think he got what he deserved.
They're standing.
अरे भाई मेरे
Flooding them. Shield going out. The beeping is a little much.
Let's go, whatever, what are we have? Okay, bro.
You man ready for a light show?
Come on, bro. Why all listen to me is not problem, but why you should have a common and a bad reviews is the problem.
Let's do what we do. Barrier created. Dizzy's up top. I got you.
अबे ये चलो.
आ गया
Decoy. Kill confirmed. My ult's ready.
Spike
Bro,
down
क्या
A.
शॉक था ये मेरे को. क्या शॉक था मेरे को ये. क्या शॉक था
One
गाइस.
enemy remaining.
Bro. Jabin here, भाई. Why.
Reloading. Sorry. This one's
Fine, yaar. Maybe see that.
Buy stuff, ka-ching, little skrrr, then we're done.
Love hai. Love hak lava. अब आ चुका है भाई स्पैम करने की बारी.
Show them how we fight.
1 2 3 4 5
Dizzy's
6
up.
7
You are powerless.
कैसे मार देते थे. एक ही बस एक शॉट पे मार देते यार. एक ही शॉट पे मार देते. मेरे को इतना मेरे
हाई लेवल प्लेयर भाई.
क्या है भाई. ये क्यों एक बंदे मार देता है भाई. मैं क्या करूँगा.
Last player standing.
मैं करूँगा.
कहाँ जा रहे हैं? बीच जा रहे हैं? जा रहे हैं यार.
जहाँ आपको सही रखे वहाँ चले जाओ भाई.
अरे उनके मूवमेंट पे डिपेंड करता है ना.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is all what I accept down.
30 seconds left.
And it's really very bad. Do you have any state?
Spike planted.
Mara. Imagine it's all.
One enemy remaining.
Decoy.
Come on, it's not law. We aren't think about this law. This isn't law. This is perfect. Death, bro. Fuck.
Clutch.
So I saved a day. Don't make a big deal about it.
Power.
Never show weakness. Ever.
Power Ranger. Yo.
Time to show up.
I'll see the do.
अभी मत डाल मैं वो करके आता हूँ देखता हूँ.
Up and away. Somebody's there.
सबके सब B.
Wall raised.
Okay.
Back off. Target down.
चलो भाई 40 मैंने.
Saw you, Mosh.
ये चलो ये प्लांट है शायद.
Go get him, buddy.
ये planting शायद.
Planting.
Spike planted. Back to me.
अबे यार.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
My turn. Is ready.
Go. Go. Defuse.
मेरे पास विंगमैन है. छोड़ मेरे पास विंगमैन है.
We
अरे
cannot
तो-
let
Get him,
them
wingman.
unweave our world.
Y'all better keep
अबे
up.
भाई. अरे स्पैम किसने किया था?
Can someone spot me?
Bro, is there any chance of winning?
Thank you.
I don't think so.
Come on, let's go. Decoy. You're out.
भाई सबके सब.
Up you go.
Let's turn the tide.
There's my buddy.
Embarrassing.
Spike
अबे
down
जाओ.
mid.
Spike.
One enemy remaining.
My ult's ready.
बढ़िया भाई.
In our way.
Nice.
अबे come back. Is there any chance of winning, guys? Chance है क्या जीतने का?
Zuko better watch their backs.
Can someone buy me, please?
अबे भाई दो भाई please. कोई तो भाई दे दे.
है
Thank you so much.
भाई है चांस है. लगा दे भाई, पैसे लगा दे. फुल पैसे लगा दे.
आराम से.
ओहो आराम से.
I'll handle this. Enemy spotted mid.
And you're done. Dizzy's up top. Someone's
बस
there.
तीन ही है. मिड आएगा. रेज रेज इधर से ही आएगा। रिवाइव देना
One
यार।
enemy remaining. Spike down
रिवाइव
A.
रिवाइव।
ब्रो हर एक जान कीमती है भाई, अच्छे से खेलो।
जब
हर एक राउंड
मार्क
कीमती
किया
है।
हुआ मेरी बॉडी है। मेरी बॉडी इधर ही है। अरे
Last player standing.
अरे यार
भाई बस 2 और राउंड हार जाएंगे तो हो गया खत्म, टाटा बाय बाय। अच्छा स्पाइक यहाँ पर ही है तो चुपचाप यहीं पर रहे भाई।
नाइस।
भाई साहब देख 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 क्या आ रहा था वो बंदा। बढ़िया भाई।
Sort out your gear quick.
Can
Time's
someone
more
buy
precious
me,
than a bullet.
please?
Bro, please buy.
Appreciate it.
Please give me. Thank you so much. I'm thinking कि वो भी बी आएंगे, ठीक है बी पूरा रस मारते हैं, आ जाओ सबके सब बी आओ ब्रो।
See you on the other side. Up and away.
भाई बी पे कोई एक बंदा रहो।
मैं हूँ।
हाँ हाँ बी पे रहना। ओ ब्रो
बी पे केओ आया।
I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
भाई ये जाओ कोई तो।
अरे इधर ही देखो।
Mosh pit.
Spike planted.
मैं रश मार में अल्ट मारता हूँ। रश मारो सबके सब, मैं अल्ट मारता हूँ। रश मारो यार।
Heads up.
It's all you, little
Blocking
homie.
fire. Target B. Going up.
She's all done running. Run, little man.
One enemy
Stop it
remaining.
down. Don't worry, I didn't forget.
नाइस।
Okay, now
You want more?
sigh with relief.
चलो भाई सही है।
I'll outshine all their radiance.
ओ भाई ओ भाई ओ भाई ओ भाई बंद कर। चलो भाई सब बाय सबके सब बाय।
Enemy spotted B.
Yo, whoa, what's up? what's up? Welcome back to this video.
Up and away. They shot her.
Come back.
Someone's B. No, you
Oh my
don't.
god. Oh my gosh.
Down.
Oh.
Last player standing.
Oh my gosh.
I'll pick them apart. You clean up whatever's left.
Oh भाई जापान किसके साथ खेल रहे हैं? स्पाइस और लॉस्ट ट्रेसिफ यूनिक्स किसके साथ खेल रहे हैं हम तो बढ़िया है भाई।
Aguas, keep your guard up.
सोनी तेनो पड़ा बुलावा
Can't do it.
Spike down A.
Oh, you ain't coming back.
Dizzy's up top. Someone's there.
Fire in the
Alley-oop.
hole!
One enemy remaining.
ब्रो लाल था ये तो एक नंबर का लाल था।
Spike planted. Wave crashing. Water rising.
Let's see what happened.
Last player standing.
Anyone dehydrated? Need a quick rinse?
Oh my god. एक मिनट पे आ रहा हूँ मैं. भाई ने अपने आप को बोल दिया मैं डी
अंदर मत घुसो, अंदर मत घुसो, अंदर मत घुसो. पीछे आओ, पीछे आओ, पीछे आओ, पीछे आओ. वो यूटिल फेंकेगा क्यों? फेंकने दो. नहीं फेंका, चलो अब घुसो.
Up you go. Shana, Shana.
Spike down mid.
Kill my allies.
अरे सब मेड है भाई.
I got the spike.
Last player standing.
क्या मार रहे हैं लोग? What?
अरे शांत शांत शांत.
Circle better watch their backs.
अरे मेरे को चक्कर आ रहा है भाई.
अरे शांत मेरे भाई. जाओ सब बीजों पे होल्ड करना. वो क्यों फेंकेगा अपना डंडा बैग.
Let's go.
चला जब जाना था जब भी जाते हम, जब नहीं जाना था तब चले जाते हैं.
Can't do it.
चलो कोई बात नहीं यार. वाह 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 वाह.
Watch your eyes. Look sharp.
स्पाइक दे, प्लान करूंगा. स्पाइक दे.
I got the spike. Up and away.
Reloading.
Wingman's gonna plant spike. Mosh pit. My wingman's down.
Spike down B.
Reloading.
Fortai. Fortai.
Got spike. Spike planted.
Last player standing.
अबे इतना अच्छे से कैसे खेल देते हैं भाई. बाहर आ रहे हैं और मार रहे हैं, बाहर आके मार रहे हैं. सीधा वन शॉट. यार.
Last round before the switch.
Either spend all your money or give it to me. Good cause either way.
Yeah.
Let's play slow.
This is going on. Maybe seated. Sir, have a seat, please. Yo, lava, 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 ऐसे. ऐसे मेरे कुछ खास भी नहीं मिला था भाई. क्या ही कहूँ मैं.
Decoy.
Our spike is down.
Spike down mid.
You're done. My ult's ready. I'll handle this.
Enemy spotted mid. Looking for me?
Barrier created. Your
I got the
duty
spike.
is not over. I have the spike.
ये फेल दिया भाई. फेल दिया भाई. फेल दिया भाई. फेल दी. बोल रहा था मैं. लेकिन सुनते कोई नहीं है भाई.
Take them out before they even pull the
2B, 2A, 1 mid.
अरे मेरे को बोल रहा मैं वहाँ का चल भाई क्या बोलते उसको मैं अल्ट यूज कर लेता ना मैं उसने मेरे को बोला नहीं भाई
Utils भाई alt नहीं.
क्योंकि इसके शुरू में खेलने वाली चीज जुआ ऐसे भी फ्री फायर बस आज के शुरू में करने वाले भी
साइड होल्ड करो वो लोग आएंगे. साइड होल्ड करो.
और अगर वीडियो को लाइक
आगे मत घुस जाना. होल्ड करना भाई. आगे मत घुसना.
एक किल लेके मरेगा तेरा भाई.
अरे भाई इस जोश में मत रह भाई हार जाएंगे.
Let's play slow.
Don't peek.
अबे चलो ये चलो.
ए आ जाओ.
You did good.
Planting है.
They're not ready.
Spike planted.
Oh.
Enemy spotted. A. Bad luck.
Dizzy's up top. Somebody's there.
Last player
My
standing.
buddy's defusing. They shot my wingman.
Oh my gosh, guys, let's go. We are here to play Free Fire. Free Fire,
I don't care if there are 5 of them or 50 of them. Let's go.
It's not Free Fire, bro.
अरे भाई मानता हूँ ये फ्री फायर नहीं है बट स्टिल यार आराम से आने दो.
घुस के मारते हैं भाई चलो. टेंशन काहे ले रहे हो?
Up and away.
भाई ये चलो. नहीं.
There's my buddy.
Spike down B.
अरे बी पे कोई रहो भाई. शिफ्ट होगा शायद.
Enemy spotted B.
Reloading.
अबे बॉडीज.
One enemy remaining.
Sana.
Reloading. That's it. Break time.
They're not ready.
La उसे.
Move in after I strike. That's
भाई
when's it
क्या
weak.
बात है भाई.
Can someone get this?
Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to this video.
I'll cut through.
Wall raised. Enemy spotted B.
Yo, whoa, what's up? what's up? Welcome back to this video.
Up and away. They shot her.
Come back.
Someone's B. No, you
Oh
don't.
my god. Oh my gosh.
Down B.
Oh.
Last player standing.
Oh my gosh.
I'll pick them apart. You clean up whatever's left.
Oh भाई. जापान किसके साथ खेल रहे हैं? स्पाइस और लॉस्ट रेसिफ यूनिक्स किसके साथ खेल रहे हैं हम तो बढ़िया है भाई.
Aguas, keep your guard up.
Oh, सोनी तेनो पड़ा बुलावा.
Can't do it.
Our strike carrier's down. Got ya carrying
Spike down A.
Oh, you ain't coming back.
Dizzy's up top. Someone's there.
Fire in the
Alley-oop.
hole!
One enemy remaining.
Bro, लॉल था ये तो, एक नंबर का लॉल था.
Spike planted. Wave crashing. Water rising.
Let's see what happened.
Last player standing.
Anyone dehydrated? Need a quick rinse?
Oh my god. एक मिनट पे आ रहा हूं मैं. मैंने अपने आप को दिया मैं डी
Spike here.
अंदर मत घुसो, अंदर मत घुसो, अंदर मत घुसो, पीछे आओ, पीछे आओ, पीछे आओ, पीछे आओ, वो यूटिल फेंकेगा क्यों?